like, I learned about sales in school, right? I saw seminars, I heard people talk about how you have a strategy, how emotions are involved in sales, right? But then actually seeing a man sit down, dial the phone, have conversation, it's like, oh, that's what I need to do. Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, I can do that. And I started setting aside when I my first year in business, I started setting aside 30 minutes every day to make cold
Sure.
calls every
Scott,
single day.
So
how long
would
was
you
that
say that's
video?
But
exposure?
who's
Hey, Scott, how long was that video?
Let me see here. I think it was about 20 minutes of
Yeah,
you
okay. Well,
just literally
that just
making
goes to
calls.
show you the course doesn't have to be 4 years.
Be life changing.
but who said that Grant was not good at sales? I never heard anybody say that. Who said that, Skull?
I
I
think it
just
was
heard a lot of
Rochelle.
people throwing shade on his like courses or training or stuff like that. And I'm just saying, like, he puts stuff out there that's good stuff. I mean, it's good advice for people that are in selling, trying to grow their business. And you can do all the marketing and social media and gizmos you want, but if you aren't actually out there contacting people, you're not going to generate leads. Not
And
at the
Skull,
way.
to that point, you can't teach in theory only so much. You've got to go get the experience.
You have
And
to.
so, I mean,
You
sales is
gotta
like
have
a
bad
sink or swim thing.
bosses.
So I'm so
I'm so
glad you
sorry.
said that, because you know what? Most people don't like sales because it's because they're not good at it.
Mhm.
If they were good at it, they know it's probably one of the most lucrative opportunities financially that you could be next to professional sports. They make more than doctors and lawyers. Bring it, Daff. Let's go. Show us the
Norm, it's
money.
not just being good at it, it's also having a passion for what you are, and you can take the rejection too. If you can't, you shouldn't be in it, right?
There
You
you
learn
go.
that
Norm,
skill
Norm,
set, Norm. You learn it
Norm
through
is
experience.
1,000% correct. What Norm just said, and I'm going to back this up with truth and honesty, right? And facts. Ray, real fast question. As you started as a broker out of college, right?
Yeah.
How much tenacity did you have to handle the no's?
Oh, it was all day. Rejection all day long. Make like 400 phone calls a day.
Yeah.
Try to get 5 people to say okay.
And how many guys do you think back then could have handled the rejection?
Back then,
Yeah.
most of them washed out, couldn't handle it.
There you go.
Today, they would be able
Ray,
to
it's like 0.1 that could take that door slammed in your fucking face. You
all
gotta
day
get
long.
to keep doing
Yep.
Hey,
it.
Ray, are
And when
you
you
Gen
get to
X?
it, it doesn't happen overnight. Okay,
No,
it
he's a
takes
No,
baby
time.
boomer.
I'm a baby
No, no,
boomer.
no. It takes time
Oh,
now for
he's
you to
old,
say
old.
something, right?
Yeah, but the difference is
Yeah.
he didn't fold, and what he just said to you
No, he
was,
didn't fall. I heard him. I know. You keep
That
but
wasn't
going
But
at
many,
it.
Cindy,
that
many
wouldn't
wasn't
you
a
didn't.
say that
passion.
baby boomers
That
and Gen
wasn't a
Xers
passion
grew
vote,
up
by the way.
differently? That they grew up in the customer service sales environment. Also, Gen X being told to go and get college degrees. Wouldn't you say that? The-
He wasn't
I
Gen
don't know. Wait,
X.
anybody
I
teach
said
you
baby
about
boomer to Gen
sales
X and stuff.
just because you're a
Exactly.
baby boomer?
Oh, we had sales training and stuff, but it was mostly just get on the phone and ask people to do business with you all day long. It was cold calling.
He
That's
wasn't
that's all we
Right,
passionate
did.
but
about.
wasn't
Norm,
that
you're
part of the
wrong about
sales
Oh, for
training?
sure.
And Grant, be quiet. I
what
know
would
what
you
I'm
Let
know?
the
talking
man.
about because I grew up working
What
for
would you know
MCI
about
and
sales?
companies like that where you had to
What would you
cold
know
call.
about
Stop it.
sales? You
No,
gave
the
it all
stop
away.
it.
But if you can't handle rejection, then you can't be in
Rochelle
sales.
thinks giving herself away
Absolutely.
is a sale.
So
You,
what you have
you,
to
you know,
teach people is, Ray, what you're saying for every no, you're
Yeah, you're one call closer to a yes with every no. Yeah, I played those games in my head all day long. Thank God it was a no. Now I'm just closer to a yes. I
you,
don't. The
you know,
maybes was what killed you, if that makes any sense.
what killed
Close
you?
and stay
The
closed. You won't have a maybe.
maybes,
Oh, the maybes killed.
maybes. Yeah, you spend time on maybes and waste a lot of time, but you get a real live person interested and qualified now. That's what you spent your whole day on. Try to find interested and qualified now.
Get
I,
to the
I
next
live,
one.
I live my
And
life once like that.
you
and,
know,
and oh,
But
go
you
I,
ahead.
know
I
one
disagree
thing.
when you say that baby boomers
Hey,
were better
Cindy, it doesn't matter
salespeople.
that you disagree with him.
No, no, I'm disagreeing that, not with Ray. I'm not disagreeing with Ray. I'm disagreeing that baby boomers were set up to be good salespeople.
Nah.
No,
No.
Rochelle,
no.
what does Rochelle know?
Shut up, Grant. I said
Oh
that in
shit!
the
Here we
environment
go.
that's what they did. They basically did cold
Because
call
baby
and did
boomers
sales,
weren't
whether it was
hey,
an
baby boomers
encyclopedia,
weren't as
a vacuum
entitled.
cleaner, it doesn't matter and stuff. And going to Gen
No,
X, that translated
okay, I
into
think you're,
customer service. They were selling long distance. They were selling telephone services and stuff. That's what I said.
that was more
Were you
our
selling
father's
gems
But
too? I
generation.
want to know about
y'all
that
do
one.
realize that sales evolves. You have children now that are selling brands on the internet, right? Like they're taught sales literally through likes, right? So like y'all sound
Marketing's
old.
involved, sales hasn't. Back to you, Chad. But I'm just saying, but you know what I mean? Really. But the
Yeah.
fact is the sales is a core value.
Right, right. And that's what I'm saying, Dad. Thank you. Like that right there is the core, right? I think whenever because I'm in the age where I'm 43, so I'm starting to say things like when I was younger, I'm there, right? But I do want to bring up the Department of Education and disbanding it because it sounds like it just needs to be reformed. I think that there should be, like, we should incentivize trade. We hear Cindy talk about there will be, or there is a trade deficit, or will, and it will be worse, as the years come, right? The next 3 years, I believe she
Yeah,
said.
because the average electrician is 43, the
Mhm.
average plumber is 46, and the average general contractor is 50.
Right, and if we are increasing the housing,
You can't. That was my
because you don't have,
problem.
well, yeah,
That
but
that
if you
was my
want to.
problem when
Mhm.
she was running for presidency, when she said, "We'll build 4 million homes or 3 million homes in 4 years." That's you don't have enough labor to do that. Skilled labor, that is.
Yeah,
Skilled.
skilled labor. That's it. That's the word I'm
Okay? I'm
looking
not talking
for.
about a guy off a pickup truck, right?
Right, right.
That's gonna put your windows in wrong that you're never gonna be able to open up the window to begin with, right? So like electrical, plumbing, HVAC, framers, foundation guys. My foundation guys are all in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. Come on. You need kids in their 20s pour
Mhm.
that's a tough job. And you got
And
guys out
then
there 60s still doing it.
and Cindy, so wouldn't it be like advantageous for trade schools to be included in DOE's efforts, in
Chat,
Department of Education
you
efforts?
listen, you played the video last night with
I
me
did. It
at
was
okay.
beautiful. We interviewed Cindy. It was amazing.
And at with Harry Connick, right? So I ran, I've done it, I've been doing it before Ray came in my life, and that's 14 years ago. Ray's been in my life. So I'm just saying I couldn't make a difference out there. Mike Rowe, he has stayed with it. Mike Holmes didn't make a difference. What made the difference is truthfully is social media, the Instagrams. These kids just have a different way of thinking, and they're just passing it on to the next kid, and that's who's making the difference out there for
Yeah,
for for what you need.
Cindy, it's making a
Well, I
difference,
think
but you also got to keep up with it to survive and do it right. Or if not, okay,
well
there's a
well
lot
But
of
the
people
the
out
well,
there.
point
you
more
won't know.
more
What do you
so
mean you're going to tank them?
I
No,
don't know
what
what
I
I'm talking about.
mean is that it's a tool that is being used every second of the day, just like we're on a social audio app and other platforms like
But
LinkedIn
Norm, it doesn't
and stuff.
matter. It's putting something into these kids'
No,
brains
I
that
know it
they've
is, but
never
listen, they
heard
still got to
before.
work. It doesn't mean you're going to be a goddamn overnight. That's what they think
No, but
sometimes. You got
one
to do it
day,
the right
listen,
way.
you
You got to
eventually
build.
become a journeyman, and then
Yeah,
one day your daughter, your son is employing 100 people,
yeah,
200 people, and they have their own electrical company, their own HVAC
hmm
company.
yeah.
You don't know where life's going to go. You got to start somewhere, right? You got to take
No,
the
Cindy,
action.
I'll give you an example. My buddy, who was a demolition. Okay, he started 5,000 followers a few years ago. He's at 72,000. He says working at it and posting every day, talking and saying things and that has grown his business substantially. But he works at it with a video guy every day and does his clips and that. And it's a good tool if you can navigate it properly. Okay, there's a lot of people that don't. They think there's work and leads are going to come in just like that because I'm a social expert. There's a that doesn't work. You got to find your lane, right?
Well, that's my point though. And like we spend 2 years, and when you're in undergrad, you spend 2 years on general studies, right? In Texas, we have to take a foreign language, like a year of a foreign language and Texas history in
Which
high
one did
school
you
and
take,
in
Chad?
college. Huh?
Which one did you take, ma'am?
Espanol.
Okay. Back
Now,
to you.
now listen. Don't listen to me. I can't
Let's
talk.
go,
What you
chat.
No.
what
Now, look, I sound crazy. I speak Spanglish,
exactly.
with a little
Chad,
hood in
Chad,
it.
hit him with that un lápiz, okay?
That
Because
that
that's all I
old
know.
lot, that
Okay.
own biblioteca, okay, un lápiz. My Spanish is immaculate. I forgot the freaking crap. But I had to learn that at an HBCU for undergrad, right? And so, like, that's part of Texas curriculum. But for 2 years, what I learned, the only class that I took that pertained to my degree, which is political science or my major, was intro to poli sci, maybe micro and macroeconomics, right, in a stats course. That's it. So my thing is like, why aren't we reforming education, right? These colleges are getting 2 years worth of money out of us for general, or out of our parents, or out of you guys, because I don't got kids. um 2 years, right? When that money can go to something else, like, right? Like, so they can take those 2 years and have it applied directly to their degree versus the 2 years of general studies. And I think, I guess that was a way to kind of stabilize everyone, right? To have everyone start off on the same level as they pursue their degree. But is it worth it? So what we are seeing is these colleges and institutions like increasing tuition, like for everyone, for in-state, out-of-state, international. They keep increasing tuition, and then we're talking about we need to get rid of DOE. No, we need to reform the Department of Education to include trades and incentivize these companies and these businesses that are doing the work, like a Cindy, incentivize them for apprenticeships, right? Like, do give a tax break if they do, apprenticeships or something like that. But I do believe it needs to be reformed. What you think, Dad?
Hey,
I
chat.
think it's for those
My
internships. Go ahead,
tuition
Storm.
at San Jack was $1,200 a semester, and you know
Say,
where San Jack is. Go ahead.
I
Sorry.
say,
do. I do. My cousin
repeat
went
that
there. I
at
went to
least for me.
HCC.
Repeat that at least for me, Storm, because I think I spoke over for you, and I want to make sure everyone heard because I didn't. What did you
Oh, I'm
say?
sorry. Yeah. So when I got back from University of Illinois, I went to San Jack for 2 semesters before I went to U of H and graduated, and it was anywhere between I think $150 to $200 a semester hour, and I was taking anywhere between 12 to 15 hours. And if I remember correctly, I think my tuition was between 12 and 1,500 bucks. Might have been a $100 a
That's right.
semester hour. It's crazy,
Here's the
super
big
cheap.
question. Here's the big question. If you grew up where I grew up, 90% of kids graduate high school went off to college. Ray, what was the percentage graduating Revere High went off to
Oh,
college?
I don't know. It wasn't high.
Wasn't high at all.
No.
So,
Now the average high school, it's like, 80, 90% goes to college.
but when you were growing up,
No.
kids in Revere didn't go to college.
Oh, less than half.
So the richer areas, those kids did go off to college. So when I graduated high school, yeah, 90% of kids that grew up in Newton or Brookline, they went off to college. Where Ray grew up, he was definitely the abnorm, especially growing up the projects. How many kids in the projects went off to college?
Not many. They were just struggling to stay alive.
That's the answer for that one. So there it goes to show you that you got to spend time in the areas of your cities where you live, whatever states you live in the cities that need that help to get these kids to go off to become something, whether it's again vocational, whether it's college or whatever it is. So I would say the richer communities, definitely the kids go off to college,
Oh, absolutely.
you know? But
It's
So
expected.
I think a lot of that's driven by the parents, though. This whole conversation is so perplexing for
oh,
me.
I
And
would agree with that. Yes, when you're in a richer community, the parents have college degrees, and yes, they're
yeah,
pushing
and
their
they want
kids
their
into
kids to
college.
go to college. And I grew up in the
1,000%.
suburbs, but it was by no means an affluent area. Like you had little pockets here and there. But like when we graduated eighth grade, they had like a presentation that final week of school, and the people from the technical school came in, and the kids that were interested in bakery or cosmetology or construction or computer stuff and designs and all that, they got to pick their stuff. And when they started ninth grade, they could go do that. Like it was built into their high school schedule. So I don't think it's at the federal level with the DOE. I think probably school boards and parents need to be more involved if they want those kinds of programs introduced, because I just looked like locally while this conversation was going on, every county around me has a technical school, but not all the high schools are participating with the programs, and the programs are great, like, and the businesses do sponsor and give internships and apprenticeships and stuff like that. But I think it's more on a local level that those things need to happen for the specific districts. Like those parents need to speak up and tell their school board what they want to be made available for their children. But if the parents are pushing for their kids to go to college, that's why that's not happening at a local level.
Yeah,
But
I
also,
totally agree.
remember this too, like Ray's hottest course, right? That he wanted to get out of, come hella high water, was what, Ray? Public speaking.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, like he did not want to take that course, but you had to take that course to graduate, right? So
That's why we can't get him up on camera. Come on, Ray. Come
so
talk over here.
basically, when guys like Grant Cardone get up there and they do that public speaking, other kids are saying, "What I can do it," right? The biggest fear is what? Death in public
Yeah,
speaking.
1 and 2, I think. Yeah.
Okay, most people don't have the balls to get up there and do that. They don't even want to take the course in college, and they don't want to take the debate in high school. I love debate. That was like one of my greatest. I loved it.
No, get
But
out of here, Cindy. You don't
imagine
sing.
that. Ray just said shocker, right?
Cindy, you
But
don't talk enough.
You are
yeah,
the
I know.
best. You're the best.
But for Ray, for whatever reason, that was a total fear. So that's part of that fear that we got to get out of kids too. And the more they see people on social media and listening to the grants and the people that are out there doing that, it gives them confidence to do that. So first they start to do it online and they're doing it on selfies, they're speaking. A lot of these kids would have never had the balls to do that. And they are getting it now. When you
But
look
there
back,
are things in college though that I did learn, and I appreciate the fact that I stayed in a dorm, right? Like I tell younger children that are making that transition or considering college, I'm like, let me take you on a college tour, right? Like this, especially I went to an HBCU, so especially going to an HBCU, or historically black college, like that experience is like none other, right? And so like my thing is, and I'm going to reiterate my point, I wasn't talking about trade in high school, right? I'm talking I mean, of course that would be a great thing, but I'm speaking of that post high school, post grade level trade in the within the DOE, right? um what we're seeing now, and Liquid actually said it in the chat, is they are pushing education. Part of the reason why is because they get more funding, right? I mean, they are the Department of Education, but they're pushing four-year colleges and universities because they get more funding. Like to me, it's a money grab. Like, and if we don't prioritize education, like in other countries, like China, like they do, like it's mandatory, like college is free. In some of these countries, if we don't start, we're going to lag behind. And we've got to start putting these kids, like right now, a four-year degree is great. But if I'm going in the cybersecurity, or something like that, do I really need to go 4 years, or can I just go 2 years and get my cybersecurity certificate and get in the field and get hands on the job training in 2 years versus 8 or 6? Does
That's
that
what
make
I'm
and you
talking
sense?
about,
know what
Chad.
I
Thank
think?
you, Chad.
I think
What'd you
Israel
say?
does it right. Israel does it right. You go off, you serve your country, right? You want to see kids grow
Yeah.
up real fast. I truly believe if I could sent my kids, both of them, into the Army, Navy, whatever, they would have learned what we call discipline. They would have learned respect. It's a different way of living. We don't do that here. Israel does that, and those kids grow up, they mature much faster. And there's a reality check. All we're doing is sending our kids off to go drink and party when they go off to college. Let's call it what it is. Oh my God, I'm away from mommy and daddy. I'm going to get drunk. Ray, how much money do you spend on booze in in college? Oh, every nickel he had. Oh, that was really great. Every nickel. Pretty much. What's that? You did what? Oh, you ate every once in a while?
Did Ray go directly into trading, or did he go to college first?
No, he went to college. Yeah,
Ray
some
Ray
guy.
was a stripper.
Ray
Oh,
was a Ray.
do
Ray
we have
was
footage? No, I'm joking. I'm gonna mute.
no. Ray was a good student. Ray led it in three. And he was a great baseball player for Massachusetts. Then he got down to St. Leo's and realized, fuck, kids drink. These kids are bigger. They're taller. So but he took the education. But not every.
Is it applicable today?
What do you mean?
What his degree is in? Is he using it?
Absolutely not.
Oh, really? I
Like
never.
degree or economics? No, I had
Oh, you
nothing.
took economics.
Yeah, that was my
Yeah.
BS in
How
economics. What
many successful people have said that in this room now?
I was just gonna say, you know what? I love that, Grant, and I'm gonna hand this mic right back over to you. But before I do, can someone please put a poll up because I really want to know. I just wanted to. I love the temperature checks all the time, and I want to know who in here that has a college degree. That's I don't just if you have one, and choose to answer. I want to know: is it useful to you? And whatever you're doing now, is it because you took that degree then? So, how do you guys want to
Yeah.
articulate that?
So So I have an MBA. I have an MBA in marketing and supply chain management. I'm gonna say I can say this again. I learned more at a Tony Robbins weekend than I did in my MBA course and real world experience. Not saying not the weekend of course, but the actual. I didn't even pay attention, and I still graduated 3.8. A lot of it because I was already had the information, the real world experience. Am I using it now? I mean, I guess if you want to certify me to get a couple of rooms, maybe it may help. Some college, at some colleges and stuff. But I don't know. It's a good question. Am I using it now? I don't. I go back and forth with it at times. But only reason I really have it now is to probably get some rooms. That's about it.
I'd
What
like to jump in and
was the
oh,
military better? What did you learn more in
Oh,
college or in the military?
let me tell you something. Oh, let me tell you something. The military. I was a Marine Corps recruiter, selling intangibles in the time of war. I had a great market. I had like 4 or 5 different schools. I did very well, and then I had came over. I led a whole team. That's where I learned my sales from, right there. And we're talking about earlier about knocking on doors on the damn phone, canvassing, doing a whole bunch of other crap. I mean, yeah, that's why I learned that from that sales side from. Yeah, I learned a lot more in the military than anything else.
I would like to try to answer that question as well. But
Perfect
two
to me.
points. I want to kind of build on Chat's point where I do believe we can condense a lot of these programs, right? We're seeing the emergence of accelerated programs, in particular like nursing and many other things, right? So I do think that we definitely can condense a lot of these college curriculums and programs to, make things more effective. And to the answer to the question about my degree, I have an MBA as well. The reason I think it is benefiting me is because I actually paused college, right? I was originally going in for nursing, but I was doing it because I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I'm pivoting back into healthcare, but I went, I took the leap of faith. I went to a trade. I got my cosmetology license. I got my associates while I was at it. And I went into the market first to test out, right? So I did two things. In hindsight, when I thought I wanted to become a nurse in my early 20s or coming straight out of high school, I went, I got my CNA, right? I was a unit secretary, and I said, you know what? I don't know if this is for me right now, right? And then I went into the market to test it out. So because I went back to school, I just finished my MBA like in 2022. At a later age, I can now apply it appropriately to the market because I've kind of, gotten my feet in and dibbled and dabbled. So I do think it's the conversation. I know somebody mentioned this earlier where we were talking about when should you actually go for college degrees. I think once we understand if it works in the market and if it can be applied to the market, then it can be a yes. It has helped me because now I understand business operations. When I was doing my entrepreneurial journey, there were a lot of things that I was able to do just throwing things out there and seeing how they stick. Where I learned a lot, even from grants education, believe it or not. But I had it's like the situation where I had the ingredients, I just didn't know which order to put it in. So my business background, going to undergrad and getting my MBA helped me to be able to develop it in its appropriate stages. But I knew that only because I tested that product prior. So it has helped me. But I think if you were to go in certain uh, uh, career fields prematurely, it'll probably lose you, and it may not be as effective for you. So
And
Rich.
if I could just add, the only reason I went because they were paying me to go and they paid for it. And they paid for the actual degree.
Who paid
Other
for
than
it?
that,
Your parents?
Agreed. I
Only
agree.
one, Jay. I did the same thing. I went straight into the Marine Corps because it was paying for my education after I
Mm,
lost my scholarship.
simplify.
the government.
Hoorah.
Whoa is the right way to say it. Go Army.
No, hoorah. Marine Corps.
How funny.
Thank you all for your service, by the way. Sincerely. Thank you. We all get to yell at each other up here on stage because of all the sacrifice that the men and women make in this country. So really appreciate you. Thank you.
Well, look at that, Daph. It looks like the room's split right now.
Especially the Army. Thanks.
I meant on the poll chat.
Oh, okay. Okay.
What
Oh,
a
it is. Look at
Really
that.
close poll right now, guys.
see, listen, I only ask good questions, guys. I only ask good questions. Danielle, what do you have to say about this conversation? Anything at all? I'd love to hear your
No,
contribution.
listen, this conversation has been great. I mean, I went to college, but I'm not using my degree, so I voted no on the poll, but listen, I love what Cindy does. I think it's important for those people just like Cindy to go into these colleges and teach these types of skills that are necessary to get into the fields. But yeah, no, I'm just here. I'm just on mute listening. It's been great conversation.
Thank you.
Who threw me down the goo?
Yeah, who booted me down to audience? I mean, what?
Wait, that better not be happening
Yeah.
sincerely. That is that a glitch tonight? What's going on, guys? Don't do that.
Good too.
What's happening, guys? For real. What's happening?
Oh,
Don't do that.
maybe
Please.
that was a glitch then. I mean,
Yeah, that
because
doesn't
I was
It
that
could
cutting
have
doesn't
been a
people
feel
glitch
off.
because
right.
there
It's
was too
me
many
sitting up
people.
here.
I was gonna say, don't that doesn't feel right. And I did have something similar happen earlier. So please, let's all not get too excited before. Like, if I let's just hope it was a glitch and keep the conversation, because this has been a really great night. I don't know about you guys, but it's been good conversation. Does someone else that feels like they haven't had an opportunity, you want to get in here? Now's the
I'll jump
time.
in. I'll jump in, Daph.
Thank you,
And
Steph. I love hearing from you. I
well,
do.
I was hearing Jay, and it made me think. I look at my degrees, and they hang on the wall, and I don't want to make this sound like unappreciative or offensive, but they really are dust collectors. Because I will say, growing up early in rural South Georgia, my work ethic came from the fact that you worked with what was available. And for us, that was farming. So I was chunking watermelons that weighed more than I did at 14 years old. But what that taught me was the grit and the work ethic. I never got that in university at all. And then also even and fast forward, moving past that time in my life, the only other available opportunity was to grasp onto someone like, let's use Cindy for example in this room, talking about her internships, was to grasp onto someone that was willing to teach you some sort of art or some sort of knowledge that they had. So I then went into sales. Again, remember guys, I grew up where there's not a lot going on, right? So you're going to take the opportunities that you have based on what's around you. So my work ethic and my skill sets came from yeah, really sheer demographics, just who was there that was willing to teach a skill, who was willing to teach a competency. And then fast forward in college, what I will brag about with college, and I think that this is the most valuable thing that I encountered in undergraduate and graduate, all my degrees. And it was the network of people and utilizing the even just throughout the instructors, utilizing their networks to create opportunities and create situations where you could then collaborate with people. So I think there's a lot of value in that. I mean, forget the textbooks. We've got Chat GPT, as everybody always says. The knowledge is already out there. It's sitting in our hand right now on our phone if you really wanted to grab knowledge. But the network itself, I will never take anything away from that because that was invaluable. And I will say more so for my husband. He went to University in Miami, and I was at a smaller school, Lynn, that you heard Cindy talking about earlier. But just the camaraderie of the alumni and what they've done over the years to collaborate between themselves has catapulted all of them to success. So I think there's a lot of value there in that, and I just wanted to throw that in.
Stephanie, thank you for speaking up tonight. I really appreciate it. Please do more of that. Who is
You know,
next?
I
if I
want to
could,
say something.
Go ahead, Shar.
I think it's kind of sounding like we all come to like the same idea of there's some sort of discipline and like development of life skills that should take place before going and get a form of education, like before signing up for a 4-year degree or going to get a should be some sort of discipline and development of life skills. I wish the military was mandatory. Not so much so people can serve. Yeah, that'd be cool. But for the form of discipline that you get, because most kids don't listen to their parents, they learn from other people. There need to be some sort of go off and develop these skills and then go get education. Because I feel like there's not enough like there's education counselors, there's parents, but there's not enough of fine tuning on what you're going to do this for. So many
Shar,
people,
Shar,
yes,
Which
how much did you
is from
learn
the high
being
school,
at C
Tiffany?
Stumpo for 2 years?
a lot, a lot. I learned a lot, and more so of it was the development of, yes, I was learning, in the industry, but the most vital things that I was learning from Cindy is like development of life skills.
Mhm.
Like learning how to be a hard worker. Yes, I got grit, but there's so many life skills that I was lacking that I wasn't applying in areas that I needed to apply it to. Or I was undeveloped in so many areas that I was wasting the value that I had to add to certain situations.
So
So
you had it inside you. You just didn't know where the heck to put it until Cindy
that's
showed you, right? So
right.
applied sciences, applied science. And again, that's what you talk about with exposure. Because listen, one thing that I have learned is a mind once expanded can never go back. So I think that again, that with like networking, being around people, mentorships, relationships are so important. Listen, not everything's about money. Sometimes when you're doing, business, when you're having relationships with people, a lot of that building is about, because I'm a huge believer in a go-giver. What can I do for you first? I serve, I give, and and that will always come back to you, in my opinion. But those things are so, so important. It's those soft skills in business that, again, in my opinion, you learn through exposure. So anyway, with that, I'm loving this conversation
But
because we're
but
passing it
Daph,
all the way
all
around. Who's
Shar
next?
needed was one thing. She needed confidence. That's what all she needed was the confidence. And me grabbing the phone away from her when somebody disrespected her. And she watched the way I handle it against the way she would have handled it, and that went down a different road. She just needed the confidence. Once she gained that confidence, she was off and running. She's a different woman from the woman I met to who she is today because she got confident.
She surely did. She
That's what
surely
it
did.
comes down to, confident, being confident, having confidence in yourself, and opening your mouth when it's time to open your mouth, standing up for yourself. Somebody hits you with a right hook, you got to hit back with a left. That's what she was going to learn at C Stumpo. She calls me C Stumpo, by the way, guys. She never calls me Cindy.
That's
That's
my
what she learned.
favorite too, by the way. Seriously.
I've been C Stumpo now for 4 years plus.
You
Now
know,
we grab.
can I take? Go ahead, Cindy.
Yes,
No,
you
I'm just
can.
saying that's what I feel that Char learned. And that was what she needed. She had everything else to do what she wanted to do. That was the only place I saw what she was lacking. And she got it. She figured it out. Even driving down the street and her and I getting into a fight with two young girls, right?
Oh,
She,
yeah.
she says, see, Stumpo, I'm not a good fighter. What do you mean? You're in the army. What do you mean you're not a good fighter? Well, we're pulling up, so you better be ready because we might have to get out of this car really fast, out of this truck. So you better be able to shot. She's like, okay, all right. And we did. And then she's hanging out of the car window going, pull your car over. Like, you could- but whatever. The point
You
is,
wonder why I call you thug.
hey, listen, don't drive by us and flip us the bird when we did nothing wrong. But she was a little nervous at first, and she's like, let's go. We got this. I'm like, you got this, trust me. Now open up that window right now. But again, it's standing up for yourself and don't be intimidated by other people. If you have a voice, say something. Whether somebody's going to disagree with you or agree with you, it doesn't matter. Open up your mouth.
I want to take this time real quick since we're talking about education and real world experiences. I want to brag about my daughter. My daughter is 21 years old. She started, actually, she's about to graduate this year from college. When she went into her freshman year, she started an online TikTok, Instagram, whatever it is, selling. I call them rocks. She calls them stones and healing tools. Now, I'm just gonna put numbers out there just to let you know that this is what she's been doing. Her first 2 semesters. Tell you the truth, I don't really care about her grades. I just wanted her to make sure she was having a good time, that life experience. Her first 2 semesters, she made like $70,000 selling this stuff just off of TikTok. Right? Every year or every quarter or every semester, she turns in like a financial statement, um, financial reports to me. I have never asked for her grades. I said, make sure you just maintain the grade enough so this military tuition keeps on coming in there so you can stay in school and make sure what you call it. My whole point is saying that she switched her majors from nursing to communications. She found a niche, and she's told me her senior year now. She said, Dad, I've learned more running my own business than I'm learning in the schools here. And that goes to a point again. Now, even though she's going to the next, she is going to get her grad degree. Again, it's not paid for. So I just take advantage of something not paid for. If somebody give it to you, go ahead and take advantage of it instead of using it to step up. But I do agree that there are certain things she said she wasted her time. I think Storm said it earlier. Why did I learn about Socrates? Why do I need to take these little stupid courses to get where I need to get? And what I love about this young generation, they are cutting out that BS and sort of get straight to the point, to the end of the road, which is really making a living for yourself.
Thank you, Jay. Appreciate it, honestly. Thanks for speaking up. Who wants to jump in next, guys? Let's keep this going.
I think there's been a shift in like the power of why. Because I feel like when I was a kid, asking why was like a no. Like, don't ask me questions because I said so. But I feel like this generation, like kids that are younger than me, they want to know why to everything. Well, why do we need to do it that way? Or why does this need to happen this way? And that's how they're getting educated. It's necessary to know the why behind stuff. I don't think we asked enough questions, but they're gonna be phenomenal. They're coming to kick our ASSs. And I want to rock with them. I want them on my team.
Shar, how I've known you for a few years now, and I certainly have seen your growth and evolution over the years. I hope that you've seen growth and evolution in me as well. Isn't that what we're supposed to do as humans? What would you say, Shar, has been the biggest contributor over the last few years, especially as it pertains to your relationship with Cindy in your career? I mean,
I think something that is very important to me and something that I honed in on is the fact that I think people have this idea of just because they're not in certain rooms or sitting at certain tables or at a certain financial status that they don't have a certain value. And so we kind of sometimes not sleep on ourselves, but undermine what we have, like the skill that we have, the value that we have. But by going into the different rooms, meeting the Cindy's, meeting the other people, and the confidence that I built, it helped me realize that I'm just as important as the next person. And with the confidence, and I come and I sit at this table and I add the value that the next person doesn't have, I earn my seat. Sometimes when people don't believe that they deserve to be in a certain place because their status don't match the other people, they're withholding what they have to give. And now you missed that on the opportunity because you were too scared to speak up and add value.
I grabbed a pen. I got to go write that down, Shar. I'm
Isn't
gonna
that
call.
awesome?
But Daphne,
I
think
got
about
it.
this, right? Think about this. Here comes a young girl from Texarkana, and she's coming into Boston. She has no clue what she's walking into. Wade picks her up at the airport. Wade could be a pervert. She doesn't know. She knows nothing. Like nothing. She just said, I'm coming to Boston. Okay, you're coming to Boston. But she had to be nervous. I'm like, did you share your location with your family? Yes, I did. Okay, good. Right? Because I want to make sure her family knew that she was safe here. But that takes two people to, now I'm going to let a stranger into my home too, right? And how do I know she's not cuckoo crazy? And how does she know I'm not cuckoo crazy? And the first time she came up, she's like, see, Stumpo, you give me 10 things to do at once. I'm like, yeah, okay. Well, I can only do one thing at one time. And then the next time she came up, she's like, give me the 10 things to do, right? Within like a few days. It wasn't even the next time. It was like, okay, give me more than one thing to do at a time. But that was the first couple days. Why do you ask me to do 10 things at one time? Because that's me. I'm going to ask you to do 10 things. I'm asking everybody to do 10 things at one time. Get to this, get to this, get to this. So there
And
comes the
prioritize
tenacity.
yourself. Am I right, Cindy?
What's that?
And prioritize it yourself. Isn't that important to you? Am I right?
Yeah, she figured that all out. I don't say I'm the greatest teacher out there. What I do say is jump on my back and you will learn. Just jump on my back. Shar heard me say that multiple times. Jump on my back and let's go. And then she's got to go out to job sites where there's nothing but men. And I don't know, she just did it. And I could then say, okay, I'm going back to the office. You stay in the field. Make sure this gets done. And she would. Like, it
Women
just
do.
what it was.
You got me fired up now because I'm just still going. I'm cooking on this. That's why I really love when social audio came out because I like the type of person I am. I've never like fanned out over celebrities or people of a certain status. That's just not who I am. I think everybody equal. Like you ain't more important. We all gotta die one of these days. However, I liked when social audio came because we don't get to look at the next person. Like I don't have to go and confirm your social status or confirm what you do in life. We have a conversation and this person get to add value, that person get to add value, that person get to add value. When you remove all of that makeup, quote unquote, and we all just got to show up as the same people, is who adding value. It's not, oh, you got a degree or you got $1 million in the bank or you own this company. It's none of that. It's what value do we have to add? So can't nobody be Shar. I don't care where I'm going. I wouldn't have went to Cindy if I didn't think that she was gonna see Shar. Like if I thought I was gonna waste my time and be a little peon in Boston with this builder and meeting these different people, I wouldn't have went. But I know who I am. I know who I am on the inside. It might need to come exterior. I need her to help me develop that part, but I already knew it was gonna be really nice, and it was.
You good people, Shar.
Hey, can I just jump in for just one sec? Shar, I love what you have to say. And maybe it's your generation, and I love the new generation that's coming up. I love what you said about this generation. I want them on my side. But most Gen Zs, they're not on social audio apps. They're mostly on those apps that they can see their face and the makeup and the whole nine. I don't see many of the new generation on these social audio apps or anything. Do you see many of those that age group on these apps?
I don't know. I'm not looking for them. That ain't really
No,
the
I don't
point
see
that I
it.
was saying. I was
Sharpen,
I
she
saying
know,
called you
but
I
I
old.
love
liked
what
when it
you're
came
She
out.
called you
saying.
old.
I totally love what you're saying. You're right with having the new generation on your side because they're coming up and they're ready. I just don't see them mostly on these apps that don't have anything to do with seeing face or Snapchat or this or that. I think for the new generation, it's all about what people are seeing them do as opposed to what they're potentially doing. Does that make sense?
Not really.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just kidding. I'm just being a
Look,
jerk.
Well, yeah.
Chad and all his friends came on, okay? And the reason why they didn't stay on was because they didn't like all the race talk. So they were just out. They didn't, and Char knows who all Chad's friends are. They were just they're not into that. Like they're just like we thought we were gonna learn something on here and we're learning nothing. So
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
don't come back on because they thought the rooms were just they would use the word this these are stupid rooms. And I'm like, you'll find the right rooms. They tried Clubhouse and then they tried Chatter. Nelson gave them all invites right away to come on, but they didn't sustain because to them it was just too much of that.
So
And
what I hear you saying, Cindy, is that there is a huge opportunity for everyone here in the social audio world for high level conversations, because that, my friends, is what all of us are looking for here on chat.
well, I think that's what they were coming in. They thought that they were going to like learn business and learn, life skills and, and then they just heard a bunch of adults arguing like a bunch of idiots, right? And let's call it what it is. Charlotte tell you 99% of Chad's friends are black, not white, right? So even they don't want to come in because they don't want to deal with shit either. They're like, this is, we're not like this. So like, we don't understand these people. So we're just going to check out. But they all have accounts here. I'm just saying. You want to bring young in here, then they want to learn. They want to have fun. They want to learn and have fun. They don't want to talk about, a lot of stuff that gets, heated in these rooms. So I'm just telling you, I can only tell you why 15 of them walked away.
They want
Hmm.
to be trying to talk. They want to be seen. That's why they don't care about stuff like this. It just is what it is.
Yeah, but Chad, Steven was in here, Anthony was in here, Chad was in here at the beginning. They came in. They did come in. And they were like, oh, well, okay, this is like, again, maybe they're just not used to that being from Boston. So it's not their world experience. It's not the life that they have lived, and they just went off, period.
Listen, you guys. Okay, no quiet air with that. Before we continue this conversation, I will say, just in case this ends up being a canned episode, it's one of the best ever. So thanks again for joining us here at Debate the News. Tonight we were talking about something or other, but it moved in a way better conversation. So for all of us that were here tonight, thank you. And as always, listen, I don't know. I'm not going to do this really well, but come back again tomorrow. We're here every single night at 8 p.m. sharp. That's a lie. Listen, just be here. DTN, thanks again. I love you and good night. Okay, back to you, Cindy.
Are we off? We on?
We're off. You're clear.
Listen. If you remember, Shad, you remember back in the day when I used to say, everybody bring one of their teenage kids into the room. Let's have a room that everybody brings one of their teenage kids or young adults into the room and makes them stay, and we have normal conversations. How many times did I suggest that? I can't even remember.
Lanny, it don't work like that though.
I tried it so many times
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes your kid won't listen to you, but they'll listen to me. My kid might not listen to me, but will listen to you. And therein lies the difference. Sometimes kids can take corrective criticism from somebody that's not their mother or father, from somebody else's mother and father.
Yeah, I totally agree, Cindy. And in terms of finding those forums for teens, like I don't even know if they have the same programs now that they did when I was younger, but my parents put me in like the YMCA Leaders program and the YMCA Black Achievers program, and they sent me on like college tours way before I was ready to go to college, just to get exposure. And you're right, like they do take criticism better from other people. They do listen a little harder and a little different, and are able to accept it as an unbiased opinion when it's coming from someone other than their parents. So that's probably a
1,000%.
contributing factor there.
I always say I can help all these other kids. Why can't I help my own sometimes, right? Why do all these kids come running to Cindy, but I can't get my own to listen? Because sometimes it just doesn't work that way. I'm that kid's mother. So he maybe needs to hear it from some another mother or another father.
Get out of here, Cindy. Listen, I'm going to keep it real with you because um, your children are wildly
Chad's a
successful.
pain in the ass, okay?
In your
Period.
opinion, because you're his mama, but quite frankly, they are both wildly successful children, and they are
No,
so not
Sammy's wildly successful. Let's not confuse the two. Let's call it the way it is, right?
relatively,
So Chad is still, in Chad world, right? So, but many guys, which was great from Clubhouse, took time and poured it into Chad and would have conversations offline with Chad. Guys that he could relate to, men that he could relate to that were, 20 years old or 15 years older than him. And they were great conversations. But again, look, you can come from the greatest parents in the world and have the greatest roof over your head, and kids are going to do. They do. I don't know.
people
Maybe
do.
some kids have
People
a
do.
screw loose in their brains. I don't know. And then you got to screw the screw in tighter. Sammy was wild too till she got to like 26, 27. And then she got real serious too. So, when I say wild, no, she wasn't as wild as Chad. Chad definitely takes the cake for being the wild one in the family, but I think he just likes to push my buttons.
Listen, and that's fair. But again, for conversation's sake tonight, it's all relative, right? It's all relative. If you see what I'm saying here, and your children are wonderful, and I think that they are successful for a few reasons. I believe that it's not just because of what you've taught them, but because of what they see, what they're around, right? They see how you are. Like I think that we can say anything that we want in the world to our children. Like I am being humbled very quickly with mine, I promise you. Like I used to be their bestie and now I don't know anything all of a sudden. But I don't honestly think that they're gonna remember anything that we tell them anyway. They are going to see and mimic what we do. So be very intentional with what we say and
Yeah,
what we
until
do
they
and how we
go out in
act
the
in the
real
world.
world and they're hitting the nightclubs and they're clubbing and they're partying and they're doing okay. And then they're not really listening to us. They're listening to, oh yeah, they're friends, do this, do that. Like, dude, when did you not have your own brain, right? Like, but we
But
can
don't
only
you
do.
think your kids have turned out really, really pretty great compared?
Sammy is a 10 plus 10, and Chad's got some growing to do, right? So is he, but Chad's my warmer one. Like, if
How
you
does
meet,
Chad feel about you talking about him on the interweb?
I don't think he cares because I say whatever I say to him, I say into the real world. I don't give a
You never
fuck, right?
asked him? He's never said anything?
No, 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 because I don't lie. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say I got two great kids
I mean,
and they're soaring and they're doing
you took
amazing,
great
and I
things.
got two of the most beautiful kids in the world. They are good looking kids, I'll give them that for sure. But look at, they both have. Sammy's got her shit too. I got to deal with her Tourette's or whatever you want to call it. She doesn't really have Tourette's, but she sometimes. I don't know what to
That's
say.
what I mean. Like, Cindy, and I just feel like if you were my mom attacks on a daily, am I right, guys? Like I don't know, like you like I'd be like, Mom, like you know what I mean. So I just didn't know if if there at any point either of your children had come to you and been like, because you are literally wildly popular. You've been on television. You have a nationally syndicated radio show. Still, you're doing a million things. Everyone knows you in Boston. You're on Page Six. It's all the things. And so seriously, like those are big shoes to fill as
But
a
that exactly, and that's part of the problem, Daff, is that people expect my kids to be like me, and they're not me, they're them. So
yeah.
I never knew. My kids never said, "Hey, mom, you know how hard it is to be your kid." It wasn't them; it was their friends that would tell me, Cindy, it's really hard for Sammy to be your daughter. It's really hard for Chad to be your son, because when they go out and they're in public, it's everything. Wait a minute, your last name's Stumpo. Is Cindy your mom? Right? Is Cindy your mom? Oh, so they're always living under that that light. And I just tell them, and then when their friends would come to me and tell me that, I'd sit down and have a conversation and say, you're my kids, but don't ever feel like you have to be me. And if anybody makes you feel like you need to be me, that you need to get that out of your head. So I think for Sammy, it's different because she's a girl, right? So she wants to emulate. She's not feeling insecure about a successful mother. I think it's different for boys because the boys are going, outdo my mother,
Yeah.
because it was always, how do I outdo my father? How do I get to my father's level, right?
Mhm.
So I think there is a difference when it's the mother. I think it's harder on the boy when it's the mother. I personally do believe that.
Well,
So
and
I think
also,
Chad has it, and it has always had it harder than Samantha.
no, yeah, and I
Because he's
definitely can
just
see
like
that.
you and you don't get that.
Just Marty, just a second, if you will, and not
Exactly,
press.
Marty. He is just like me, and that's the problem, right? You said it right, perfectly.
You think Chad's just like you?
Oh, his personality, yeah, absolutely.
Tell me
Yeah,
how so.
he's not. He's gonna
Hmm.
get in your face, and there's gonna be hands down. If hands got to go down, Chad's just Chad, right? He's not gonna take any. Where Sammy's got a different personality. She's just gonna walk away and put you in the rearview mirror. Chad's gonna keep coming at you until he gets his point across. And if you hurt Chad and I, we have the same exact reaction. You wait a minute, hold on. Let me get it straight. I would never do that to you, but you did that to me. Yeah, that's not flying. So
Yeah.
when Marty says that we're very much alike, 1,000%. That's why we bang heads. Because I'm now older and realize, like, back it down. He's got to realize when to back it down. But Marty will also tell you, when Chad's on those job sites, everybody loves Chad. The guys love Chad. They love him. They don't love Samantha.
Now, listen, I want to know two things. I want to know one, why the difference between Chad and Samantha. But before you answer that, also, because I forget quickly, is with Chad, do you think that, okay, answer the first one. I'll give you the second one in a second. What's the difference between Chad and Samantha when they come out of the, oh, here it is. And my other part was I wanted to know, with Chad, if, you kind of say, is Sam's there with that virtual bar, so to speak, invisible bar, and Chad not quite where you want him to be as a mother, where would that bar be to and you feel like he has fully enveloped who he is as a human, and you know what I mean? So those two.
Well, for the first question, for Samantha, it's harder for her because she's got to go out there and flex, okay? And she
Yeah.
does. She does have to
Like a
flex, okay?
badass. I love Samantha Stumpo. I'm
And
gonna say
then
it.
Chad, is much more polite with the guys, right? So his mother, right? So the old saying is, I can call my mother an asshole, but don't you call my mother an asshole, right? I'm sure we've all heard that. But Samantha, she has to come out and she's a go-getter and she's got a lot of tenacity and she knows when the guys are doing something wrong and she comes out like a little pit bull.
Yeah.
And therein lies the difference between both of them. If Chad asks you to do something, he does it more politely.
So is that personality or is that skill set?
Chad's not looking to beef with you because he knows if we get you, like, Marty, you in the room?
Yeah,
Marty.
yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, so just last week on the job site, this guy, he mouthed off to Mikey, my nephew, and Mikey's just gonna doesn't want to throw down, right? He's just like, listen, buddy, can you just do what I'm asking you to do? You put the electrical switch to the laundry room on the outside wall. Cindy just caught it. She wants it where it should be inside the room. You don't put a light switch on the outside of the room. You put it when you walk in the room. And the guy gave him a hard time, right? With my nephew. And then my son said, Mikey just said, look, I'm just going to tell you one more time. Well, the next call is going to be Cindy's going to call your boss, and then you're going to have a heartache and you got a headache. And he was like, well, I don't blah. And then Chad said, okay. Then Chad steps in and said, my cousin like that one more moment, you're going. So for Chad to say that, it's because you now you're pushing family now. And Chad would do that with any guy, but that's his cousin, right? That's family. Don't talk to my cousin that way. Let's get this straight right now. And Mikey's saying to Chad, calm down, calm down. I already called your mom. She's got this under control. He goes, no, I'm going to put this under control. You're going to fucking change that now, right now. And I don't care about what you say. I don't, So Chad goes, when he hits that red, then he goes, and there's no stopping him. So when you get him to that point, that's not a good place. Otherwise, no, he's very respectful out there with the guys. And Smarty will tell you, Sammy comes out there like a little terror. She's like a little chihuahua. Like she's like on your ankle going, da da da, ba ba ba, ba ba ba, da, da. And she's right, but
She's a baby, and she's not a baby, Cindy. You know what she is, and this is what I tell my kid. It's really important for me to tell my daughter because it's hard. It's hard as a young lady to fill big shoes, right? And so I always make sure that look my daughter right in her eyeballs and tell her all the time, "You are just like your mama, baby, but just that much better. You are 2.0." And I just tell her that all the time. Do you know what I mean? Because I think that as
no,
children,
I do the opposite, Jeff. I go, listen, I'm Cindy, you're Sam. Handle things the way Sam's going to handle it. Don't try to be a miniature me because you won't get that respect. Because if she doesn't handle things like now, Sammy never was a swearer, right? And
Mhm.
every other word out of her mouth is fuck this and fuck that. Whoa, whoa, hold on here, Blondie. This doesn't sound good coming out of your mouth. Like you need to stop. That is not how you look. The words don't work coming out of your mouth, and you're sounding like me. So if you want to learn the respect of these guys out here, you got to be you, not me. They will respect you more on you being Samantha Stumpo and not Cindy. Well, I get so frustrated. I get so aggravated. How many tell the same guy to do the same thing over and over and over again? Like it's enough, mom. Like like Sean and I once said, what are we gonna do? Send smoke signals? She's like, see, Stumpo, come on. You're sending them texts. You're sending them pictures. You're sending. I go, yes, Sean. I'm gonna send
It's
smoke
so
signals.
frustrating.
So the frustration,
The men think it's us, right? They think it's us.
and let me
Not
tell
you
you,
us.
Daph, after a while, they didn't like Shar either. It was like, Shar. I go, yeah, you are. You absolutely
You know
are.
what it is? Because we see details and pay attention because it matters. It matters. The details matter.
Samuel she first started saying things like, listen, if it's coming out of my mouth, it's coming out of my mouth because Cindy asked me to come out here, take care of this, this, this. I can't help it that they're stupid, that they don't know that it's actually coming from me through her and from Shar, right? But Shar would be like, I don't care. You're gonna do this, right? This got to get done. So Shar had, once she found that personality, she was, but Shar doesn't swear. Shar does things very differently. But Chad is definitely, Marty, would you say Chad's more polite out there than Sammy?
Chad is 100% polite. You know what I'm saying? He's polite. He'll let you even get a few words out from under your breath. But the moment you cross that line, it's hey, look at here. Either you do it or you eat concrete, or you just it's one of the
Mhm.
three. Pick one.
He will protect his mom with the fiercity of God, as he should.
And torture me at the same time. So figure that one out.
Oh, 100%. He will come from saying, man, he's out of her goddamn mind, but don't you dare open your mouth and chime in because now all of it's coming straight to you. So yeah, it's 100% dog eat dog when it comes down to it. No, Chad, don't play.
He calls me the tuner upper. What the hell's a tuner upper? You come out and you tune up everybody. Okay, I'm the tuner upper.
Yeah, you're definitely somebody that's always fixing something, but that's not a bad thing. Oh, there it is. 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 Listen, no, because I had the one of you and Shar and Boston and Samantha, of course, and then this one. Like I'm looking at this old school stuff. It's so long ago, but yeah, there's baby Shar. There's baby Shar. I guess baby Daphne as well. So I just thought I'd share some fun stuff. You still
Yeah, and
there, Shar?
that's 4 years ago, Daphne.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of
That
growth
was
for
back
sure.
when I still liked people. I don't like
Yeah,
humans
where
anymore.
we were in Invest Fest. You guys listen, we were in Invest Fest in Charlotte, or no, we were in Invest Fest in Atlanta. Is that what it's called, right? Earn Your Leisure, I think is who put it on, and it was a big deal, and we had a booth there for Cinch Business Academy. But yeah, Shar was there. It was a good time, and I guess I'm saying this to say because listen, as we continue to go through these years and grow with the audience and evolve as humans and whatnot, I just wanted to share with them kind of the connection here between Shar and Cindy, myself, and Marty, of course, too. Chat, Rochelle, you guys, are we having fun tonight or what? Like, I don't know. I'm having a good time
Look,
for a
Shar
Sunday.
went to some event. I don't even know what event she went to. And she started talking to a woman. I have a lot of respect for her. She's a broker. She's beautiful. She's classy. Um, and Shar just walked over, obviously, I don't know, to her booth or wherever she was. And she said to Shar, how do I know you? I know you. Like, I don't know how I know you. I've never met you before, but I do know you. And then they figured out it was from my videos on Instagram. Shar, do you remember that?
Yeah, that's the event that we were just in that picture at Invest Fest in Atlanta.
And this girl, woman, but I don't know. How old is she, Shar?
She probably upper 30s, almost 40. I can't even think of her name, the broker in Atlanta.
But a
Oh, what's her name?
total class. Dresses to the nines, just whatever. I think she's awesome.
Hey, and listen, I'm gonna just kind of jump right in here. You guys, I'm gonna tell you a secret. Daphne never reads the chat. I really don't, unless someone tells me to read the chat. I just never read the chat. I'm typically doing 500 other things. All good intentions. I'm just keeping it very transparent tonight. I say that to say if I have missed people that want to jump in this conversation, please don't think that just because I'm on camera up here that you can't tonight. Yes, I am leading the space this evening. But really, did anybody want to jump in here? Please. The floor is open. Okay, I just want to make sure. I just really did because I kind of topped in there, and to read all through it, maybe I missed something. So I just wanted to make sure genuinely that everyone felt that they could speak if they wanted to. That's never why I'm up here. Anywho, who else is up at this midnight hour here on the East Coast? Cindy, are you down in Florida?
Oh, I'm back on the grind.
Good, as you should be, woman. I'm just
1,000%. Got my 20,000. Mine, got my 20,000 Fitbits in today and yesterday.
20,000. Let's do 30,000.
Fuck off.
Listen, and I don't know if I get to say this enough, but just because we have a little bit of a kind of a lull here, I would love to say publicly, Cindy, I haven't said it in a while to you. Um, Sincerely, thank you, genuinely and sincerely, thank you for all that you do for me, all that you have done for me. My relationship with you, um,
Yeah,
has meant so.
and we fight like two sisters too.
I love you.
So
Um,
listen, if you don't love somebody, you only fight with people that you love. Because if you don't love that person, you just walk away because you don't care about that person. So if you take that time to argue with that person, it's because actually you really care, whether you believe that or not. Because why would you argue with somebody you don't really care about? Think
Listen,
about it.
that just means Cindy. Listen, that just means Cindy schooled me on some stuff lately. But no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, I say that to say, getting to spend time with certain people, it really is. It's that relationship, and I was saying, Cindy, I was trying to give you your flowers because you've taught me so many things, so far past business that are essential. You've expanded my mind, you've opened my heart, and you've let me into your world, and for that I just want to say thank you so much, because those things, the connections, for example, the willingness to just talk with you, to
But we
mentor you.
got to spend almost 3 months together. Think about that,
No, for sure, for sure.
right? So that's how we really got that time in. It was just you and I. You and
Yeah.
I in the gym, you and I at the beach, you and I doing this, you and I
And the
going, I'm
gym
gonna
every day.
heal
She's
that.
like, "We're ready to go to the gym," and I was like, "No, I was ready to have a drink, but whatever, Cindy, let's do this." Or whatever. Every fucking day. That's why the woman looks like she does. Don't let her.
And then
Swear to
I
God.
saw I'm gonna keep up with her, right? Yeah, that didn't work out too well. I couldn't even sit in the toilet the next day. I'm like, what the? And then the second day was worse. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I'm never doing that again.
And I'd have to get ready too, because I started to learn too, because the first couple of times she'd be like, "Come on, come to the gym," and I'm like, "I have nothing with me. Like, I'm in a bikini. Like, I cannot work out with this." Whatever. You guys have no idea how much fun Cindy is. I swear to God, you are chaotic in such a great way. She gets everything done. She's so much fun. It's just, and you guys know how I am about energy. She's good, generous, kind, real energy, and you're fun to be around. I love you. Thank you for letting me in your world,
Yeah,
letting
until
me
the
know.
waitress pissed us off.
Did you say till the Ray pissed us off?
The waitress.
Oh my God, you guys, that was fucking funny. No, because she Cindy, like, we're outside. We are outside. And I don't wanna because I never know who's actually streaming this or something. So I don't know if we want to say the hotel or whatever, but Cindy's down there. Cindy was, not only has she worked on this hotel, been in this hotel since she has been a child. Forgive me if I get some of the story wrong here, but she was going to purchase the hotel, right? Like, so there are some deep connections here. I say all those things to say this, as she winters there every single year, and then generously brings her people with her. I say that to say this. We're sitting outside at the back one night, and of this beautiful, luxurious hotel. There really isn't anybody there. It's kind of like tonight. It's just this chill. It's late. We're doing our own thing, as one does, out there on the beach. And Cindy lights up a cigarette. She likes to enjoy sometimes. She's earned that. She's very healthy. In any case, this young, like, little
Wait a minute,
beautiful
hold
teeny
on. And
bopper.
next to us, they're smoking pot.
Oh yeah, that. Cindy, you tell her. Tell what happened. What'd she say when she came over?
You need to put that cigarette out. I said, okay, no problem. I said, give me a cup or something I can put it out in. She goes, there's no smoking out here. I said, I think I heard you. Give me something to put it out in. And then she said another flip word, and I went, okay, this isn't going to go well.
No, she said something about getting security, like getting, like, as
And I
if,
said, no, you
like
better
you're like,
not get security.
"Ugh."
You better get the American embassy, okay? Now you just pissed me the. Needless to say, went in, came out, handed Daphne a bunch of free drink coupons, right?
I drank
Breakfast
all.
coupons,
We had so
because
many
the
drinks for that
manager,
incident.
the manager was like, I am so sorry, Cindy. She will not be back out there. I'm like, okay, that's a good move. And she didn't come back out there. Somebody else had to take over the waitressing over there because she was
No,
just
and
rude. She was rude. And I said, okay, no problem. Just give me, even though they're smoking pot right next to us, right? Sitting on the couch. I'm like, nope, not Daphne, just two strange people.
yeah, no,
Right? Like I'm breathing in the pot, like, okay. But no,
yeah, you know,
the
it truly
delivery.
felt like she was singling her out, and it was it was just a little bit offensive, and we were like, like, be like, the way I felt was like, darling, like, I don't, you're a little bit of power here, that you've had for your first
And
hostessing
it
job
was
or
you,
whatever it
me,
is.
and
McGenna,
McKenna,
I
and I
think.
and I said to both you guys, okay, now you're gonna see a side of Cindy you're not gonna like right now. And literally, I don't like they didn't know what to say. They were like,
Oh,
holy
I had, like, I wish I had them still. I still had Sydney. I didn't even use them all. I used them for me and like, oh my gosh, breakfast coupons, drink coupons, and I promise you, you're not going to drink less than $25. Like, you're just not. And they were like, Cindy, we're so sorry, we're so sorry. Here's all the coupons. So yeah, they corrected it very quickly, but she definitely faux pas.
But
It
I
was
did
fun.
say you got about 3 seconds to get out of my face, so this is going to get really ugly really fast. And I think Daphne's going, "Oh Jesus
I
Christ,
did
what
because
is?
I,
What
you
does
know,
that
I'm
mean? What
always
does
the
that
like.
mean? What does this mean? That's going to get ugly really fast. What is Cindy going to do next?" And then Cindy stands up, and then that's going to be even a bigger problem. But
No, but you don't roar until you have to, and I love that about you. And you know what? One of my other favorite incidents, but you'll have like I don't know if I can like articulate it well, but I loved when we were at the mall and we remember when like your driver, you guys, oh my god, who else, like who was there? Was it who? Oh, that was Angelina that day. I don't. It was you. Anyway, we were at the mall and we were just like rushing. It's like the holiday season is so much busier than it needs to be, and he drops us off at one door. We want to go and we just want to get this, that, the other thing. We're trying to get somewhere, get to, everything done. Oh, that's the day we went over to Billy's Crab. You took me to Billy's. You took me to Billy's. Thank you again. And anyway, when we were coming out of the thing, because like 'cause remember, Cindy, you were like you had kind of one of your attacks. And like we needed to get out of the mall like right now. And it was amazing to me. I felt like I was in like one of those movies with like a spy because like she called and she was like, what's his name? Bobby, right?
my driver,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. And she's like, Bobby. She's like, oh my God. She's like, oh, I'm not, I'm a little lightheaded. You got to meet, like, I'm here. I'm at this store. I'm going to be out and about, like, I don't know, like probably like 3 minutes. Like, okay. And I'm in the store going like, Cindy, let me GPS. Like, I can help you. Like, let me get you some more. She's like, no. Bobby's got me. She's like, come on. And like, we're all like trucking it, like, we walk out the store. I'm telling you, I don't know. It was like spy shit level right here. Like, we walk out that door, the presidential brigade. Bobby comes rolling up as we pull out of this. Like we just walk out like some back door by a dumpster, and somehow he just magically knew. I was like, "Oh, bro, that is so cool." Do you remember that?
yeah, because I was having a panic attack, and you're like,
Yeah.
"Okay, I'm a nurse. I got you. I got you." I go, "I know you got me. Just get me here right now. This is going to go from 0 to 10
Yeah.
any second now, right?" So, but again, look, we're getting our hair blown out. I go to pay, it's already paid for. So it's not like she's taking from me, she's giving back too. So it's not like Daphne's just taking from Cindy. Daphne goes in, literally pay, I don't know if she pays. I go to pay for both of us. It's already been paid for, right? So it's
Do you know to get your hair blown out with Cindy?
oh my God. Like you need to take no,
I'll
we
pay.
walk in. You need to take us right now. Cindy, can you make an appointment? No, I don't make appointments. Can you just here's $50. Get us in. I don't care what you have to do. Like,
Yeah, listen, and I'll show Jay. Thank you for being up on your camera. Listen, I'm going to share some because it's late at night. Nobody cares. I'm going to share you something, Cindy. I love it. I bought it at the salon while you were in the back and you were getting your nails done with Angelina. Hold on, I love this thing. It makes me so happy.
What's up, Cindy?
hey honey, how are you?
I'm good. I'm just like sitting here looking at the sky.
All I know is it's gonna stay darker an hour later, thank God tomorrow. Yeah, she buys these crazy weird things. I don't know. I don't get it, but they
We were
calm
What?
at
down.
the we were at the
What
front,
the
and I
fuck
just
is
thought this was
that?
so beautiful. And the reason I tell you this is it sits on my kitchen, on my A is special to me. I'll just leave that at that. The A is special to me, and I say this today it's just a hair tie, and I bought it for my baby girl while we were at the salon together, Cindy. But instead,
Is
I
that
chose
Swarovski?
I don't know, but I
You.
for what I paid for it, it should be probably. It's beautiful, and I'm trying to get it on camera here. I just say that to say I keep it on display because it reminds me of my time with you, Cindy. And so, for what that's worth, it reminded me of how hard I work for always my why. You guys, if you don't know, I have a baby girl at home, and
How
she
old's
is
your
always
daughter?
my why. I don't share those things on stage, that's why I don't talk. But I will share tonight that again, my kids are so important to me, and my daughter's my why. And so, Cindy, that's why I keep this here because it reminds me of you and her all the
But
time.
you don't talk about how old she
Yeah, but
is,
then I
your
gotta
I
daughter.
run
don't.
around and she's got these ears on her head.
I'm
I'm like,
saying.
what do you have on your head right now that you're okay? She's got
You be
ears.
careful. I got you my ears on your head. I'll show you. In fact, I said that to Mr. Bing tonight. I was like, you know what? I should post a picture. It came up on my memories. I was like, I should post a picture of Cindy in my ears.
So what are we talking about right now? America Great again. Like, what's happening? What were we
Is that
talking about?
Jeremy or Jay? Who's in the dark there? Who's the man in the dark?
It's me.
Jeremy.
Okay. All right. What do you want to talk about, my guy?
I mean, what were we talking about?
Not much
Just
of anything.
yeah, it's just in the ship. You want to troll? Let's
Oh,
go.
I'm just sitting. I'm just sitting in a chair. I'm not
You want to
doing
sing for us?
anything. No, I'm just sitting here. Like I'm
Oh,
not
okay.
yelling.
Well, I appreciate you being on the camera, but when you come in the dark like that, it's a little bit creepy.
It's not creepy. I'm just out here enjoying the ocean.
I'm giving you a shot. I really am.
Jeremy did
Like,
buy a beautiful house. I got to give him that.
He
I
did
love this
what? He did
house
what?
so
It
much.
looks like a house that would be built in like Martha's
So
Vineyard or the Nantucket
yes,
or on the
yes,
water here, and it is
yes,
on the water.
yes.
So,
I love it so much. I'm not gonna lie to you. So it's
and
on
the
my
idiot
block.
doesn't know that he has an oven and stove that's like 50, 60 grand. I don't
I
even
know,
know. Like
no, it
as he's
is.
walking around the house, I'm like, go back to that stove and oven right now.
I just
And
said my wife just. She's like, yeah, you didn't know how much I spent on that. I was like, how? What the?
I'm
I
like,
wish.
Jeremy, do you have any clue how much that stove and oven is? He's like, no. I'm like, oh, okay, Google it.
Yeah, when I found out, I was like, babe, are you serious? So you know what I love about this? So this spot right here, like the whole ocean is right here, and you can see all the yachts and stuff right over there. It's like nothing but yachts and ships. It's like it's so beautiful. And so the thing about
Except
this,
you're in the land of the fruits and nuts. Like
no, not where I
everybody.
live, not where I live. It's all Republican out here. Not where I live. What I love about this
I
house,
can't even say anymore because I live with the land of the fruits and nuts.
what I love about this house though, Cindy, is that everybody has like the modern houses all around me. In like 20 years, those houses are gonna be like old. This would be like a classic. You know what I mean?
Well, traditional never goes out of style.
I love it. It's got such good bones. I did get it what I said I was gonna get for, by the way, that price.
That's a good thing. It's a buyer's market right now, people.
It is. It is. It is. It is. So what's going on? What's positive out there? What's going on with everybody?
Jeremy, we were just talking shit about you earlier.
What'd you say?
No,
So
we
we're
were
talking
just
about
talking. I said we were just talking here.
who?
LOL, LOL. Glad you're
It's
here.
okay. It's okay. Like what I'm saying.
She's playing with you.
Okay. I bought a new Jeep, which is kind of interesting because I've never really bought a Jeep, but I bought like Jeep. I like. I bought. I bought this thing. It's a color. It's a Wrangler 392. It's got red eye engine in it. It is like retarded for no reason. It's got 800 horsepower in it. It's totally decked out, like to the T. Like huge tires. It's like I love it. I love it.
See, West Coast
Huh?
people love to say what they have. East Coast people keep it down and low. They do.
Yo, Cindy.
Around here, you don't see Ferraris and Lambos. You see a bunch of Range Rovers for damn sure, but you don't see Rollses and Bentleys and
But you don't see them because our fucking roads are so drove a Lamborghini around there.
oh, everybody with
If
money is flashing over there on the West Coast and down in Miami. It's gross.
oh, Miami is I first of all, I love Miami. I love the weather. I just think the coach out there, and it drives me crazy. I'm like, you get out of here. Everybody has a course to sell or a
No, there's other
fucking.
professions in Miami.
Is there
That's not
like
what I
what,
see. I just see a bunch of fake people with everything fake.
dude? Dude, I see these
And
20-year
they
old
wear
kids.
that. The women wear it all with the badge of honor. Yep, I did my boobs, I did my butt, I did my face, I did
But not
this, I
only
did
that,
that.
I see these young 20-year-old kids driving Lamborghinis,
Oh, you went
and
off. You're popping off
And I see
today.
down there 24, 25-year-old girls with
so
guys Ray's
retarded.
age or older than Ray. I'm like, what do you want with like
Are
you're
you?
25. What do you want with a 65-year-old guy? Like, oh yeah, it's the money. I'm sorry, I forgot.
Yeah, no, no, he likes me for me. She likes me for me. I'm like, I bet she does. She does. She definitely does. Who's in the room? Like, is anybody interested? Did
Jeremy,
w-
we're not
w-
interesting.
no, no, I
I'm
was
just
hoping to.
kidding.
No,
I thought it was.
we're the boring people to
I
Jeremy.
was no, no, I was hoping to. I was really hoping to that lawyer lady, like, and just like put that to bed, because like
Well, you know what? I love that energy. Thank you for saying that, even if no one else will wait to hear it. I would
I
love
like
to.
I've been literally trying to figure. I've been like, honestly, Daft, you were on that phone call. I don't know where she gets all this.
Right, that
Like,
was years ago, and I think her intentions are pure and good. And so, if you have that energy, I think a lot of
I'm just like, yo, why are you so mad? Like, it's so
people.
crazy. Like, yo, like, can we just like, I mean. even Scott, I'm pretty sure it's me and Scott, well, at least I buried the hatchet
Has
and
anybody
everything.
seen Scott lately?
No.
I talked to him tonight. He's alive and well. He's
Okay.
thriving.
Yeah,
He had a
he's been
big
doing
event
his own
this
rooms.
weekend. He's been busy. He had
You
his big
guys, in
event.
fact, I would say specifically look forward to seeing Scott, not Barth. Look forward to seeing more of Scott and some of our local, if you will, DTNs.
ETN.
The where the fuck are you? I'm just kidding.
Sorry.
I'm kidding.
You guys have now, you have abbreviations now. I got you.
It's
Like, we're at
always
the,
been that. Where you
we're,
been?
I, building, like where you been? Like,
Building real shit. You're building like building buildings.
that's true. That is very true. I always tell people, who was I talking to the other day? It was a builder out here. Oh, there was this huge builder who builds, I mean, they build amazing like houses, but like also commercial. And I was like, it's not a Cindy Stumpo home. And they're like, how do you know that? How do you know that name? I go, because she's the best. And they're like, how do you know that? I go, because I know the best. They're like, what do you think she does that we don't do? And I said, everything. It was like a funny conversation because like I wasn't even like telling them I knew you. I was just like, yeah, this is okay. It's not a Cindy Stumpo house. It's good though. And they're like, what do you know about? And I was like,
Yeah, but
I
how
don't
do
know.
you they might not even know who Cindy Stumpo is.
Oh no, they know who you are. They know who you are. These are like serious real estate guys. They bought all of Lido Island for like some crazy astronomical number. But they started building these houses around. I was like, hey, if you want to see a real house, go look at Cindy's page. Come up with something like that. You know what I mean? Because some of your designs are just so grand. They just such New England grandness.
They're
They really
glamour.
are. Huh?
I swear to God, I think in my last life I must have been. What's that woman's name? That Zsa Zsa Gabor with the
Oh
fluffy
yeah.
slippers on, and
Oh my God. For sure. Yeah. If anybody
It's
needs,
actually funny because I build these glamour homes and I run around in jeans and boots all day, right? Like I don't
yeah,
dress
but
the
you got
part.
like $1 million like purse collect. Probably shouldn't say that. Sorry.
No, I don't. They're all funny.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah. Oh, you know what I got, Cindy, the other day? I got a black ceramic AP. It
No what?
is incredible.
What's an AP? Is that a watch? Right?
So yes, yes,
Okay,
but
I thought so.
it's the black
That's
ceramic though.
okay.
So it's
Just
like
keep
You
hearing
is
that.
the only
It's
bitch
okay.
bougier than
We're gonna
me.
find out one day that Jeremy for a watch. Like, look it. Take the shit off, guys. It ain't worth it.
I don't. I only wear it out till I don't wear shit out every. I wear like a little. I wear like a Rolex, like Batman or some.
For that, they'll kill you for that now too.
Not in Newport. In LA, that's LA shit. Newport is like they don't. I'm telling you, Cindy, you got to come out here. You try that shit out here, they'll fuck, dude. Like, they'll tar and feather your ass. I'm not kidding you. It is not the out here. They are. It is just different. They do not like dead
You
serious.
what
I'm
you
put it
what
this
you
way.
up, Jeremy?
In New England. Put it this way.
Mm.
I'm in a group text with about 150 people, okay? And it's just like all guys, and every one of them are locked and cocked. If one text comes across that like guys, we need you, there's gonna be at least 50, 60 guys showing up bazookas. Like I'm not joking you. This is like serious Republican truck nuts. You know what
I
I
don't know.
mean?
Sammy was sitting at a bus stop, right? She was just waiting for her yoga class to open up. And Jonathan Tucker comes in, he's from Boston. He'll come on my show a lot. He's an actor. And he drives by and he sends me a picture of my daughter sitting on like a bus bench, whatever, right? It was like 7:30 in the morning. It was like I'm like, what is my daughter doing and meanwhile it's 4:30 my time, right? No, I'm sorry. No, it wasn't. You were 7:30, I was 11:30, either 10:30, whatever. And I'm like, Jonathan, what is my daughter doing? And where are you that you're seeing her sitting in a bus stop? He's like, trust me, I'm pulling over right now because She has no idea that she's like in a really terrible area right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, right now. And he gets me on FaceTime. I go, Sam, what are you doing sitting on a bus stop bench? Like, oh, my yoga class is right behind me. And Jonathan goes, yeah, I'm gonna stay with you until the class opens. And
Thank God.
he's like, Sammy, come on, like you gotta know your surroundings. And she's like, why? What am I gonna be afraid
Luis.
of?
Speaking of bus benches, I'm actually building a campaign right now for a huge company where we actually purchased a bunch of
Which one, Jeremy? Maybe you should call me about talking about it, huh? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Look at Luis. Over to you, Jeremy.
Say it again. Why? What'd you say? I missed
I'm
that.
giving you a hard time. I'll get a sponsorship later. You guys, make sure you check out Luis and his guns over here. We definitely have the contenting. And with that, Jeremy, go ahead and tell us the company that you want to talk about.
No, no,
That's
I'm
why
not saying.
Lewis will
Giants
never
and
be a good
Cindy.
golfer because of those guns.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the company. I'm just saying like the campaign is like amazing. It's
I'm
like,
teasing you, my love. I really
yeah,
am.
I won't
I'm
tell you
just
what the
having some
company is, but like basically
to soften things up around
we
here.
bought like 200 benches around the city, and we took off the bottom of them, and it's like at blah blah blah. We don't rest. So it's like a pun. It's like benches with no seats, saying like we don't rest. Get it? So
Oh, that's his
I have to ask
marketing.
Lewis a question.
Luis,
Lewis, my whoop says I gotta go to bed at 12:40.
you woof
Yeah,
woof.
is that your
It's
side, man?
watch.
You
no, it's a
Look
you
thing.
at
Watch.
It's a thing I'm wearing around my wrist. Lou, do you understand the whoop or the ring?
Oh,
or a
like one of
ring.
those things where they check
Yeah,
your heart?
yeah.
Yeah, but but
Check
it
your
gives you like
biometrics.
Yeah.
I want to be in the green every day. So it tells me I need to be in bed tonight by 12:40 and wake up at 7:30.
Oh, Cindy,
What?
I
I
found
listen.
something that's something will change your life. Okay, because you know me and you have crazy anxiety, panic attacks, and all.
Yeah.
So the worst thing for you, this is crazy. There are two things that I started taking that has like changed my life. One is a medicine called propranolol, and what that does is when I get a panic, heart pounds like crazy, and I know you know what I'm talking about. That's like the worst thing. Period. Does that happen to you when you get a panic attack? Your heart just pounds out of your chest.
I don't get it that way. I get
Okay,
lightheaded and
okay,
dizzy.
okay,
So
well, okay,
everybody
cool.
gets it. Everybody gets it different. But yes, there's
So that
sometimes I
basically
feel like I
that's
gotta take my bra off and take my shirt off. Yes.
yes. So that basically stops that from happening, which is amazing, right? And then lavender pills. Have you ever heard of taking lavender pills? I know it sounds fucking, but like I swear by it. It's just like straight lavender pills, and like I gotta send you what it is because like my psychiatrist, like he's like you gotta take because I won't take it. Right? He's like, I swear by this. I gotta send you these. I started taking these, and I swear, Cindy, when you're feeling anxious, take one of these
I
lavender
never
pills.
feel anxious. I like anxiety. You know why? I like
What?
anxiety because anxiety
What are you
drives me,
mental?
number one. I want my anxiety. Leave that alone. I don't want that to go
Yep.
anywhere. My anxiety is
Yep.
what fuels me.
Panic attack. Panic
Panic
attack.
attacks, I don't like those things. No, I don't like
So
those things.
that's Cindy. I'm going to hold your hand when we say this to you. I mean, that's anxiety at its height.
Yeah,
I
it
know, but
is, honey.
I don't have anxiety like what
No,
he's
you
talking about. I
don't.
have anxiety
Panic
that
attack. When you
fuels
feel like
me.
you're gonna die. You feel like you're gonna die for no
That's
reason.
different. Anxiety and panic
Right.
attacks are completely different.
That's a complete panic attack. It's the worst. I get
Mm.
that too, but I get that weird. Do you ever get like the burst of adrenaline in your throat? And if you feel it in your heart, it's just like a burst of adrenaline. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No. Again, everybody has
Mm.
them differently. No two people are really
It's
exactly alike, but
fucking awful.
it's just a fear of dying, period. That's all it is. It's the fear of dying. That's what a
Yeah.
panic attack is.
Has anybody here ever had that burst of adrenaline in the throat? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? It's like sketchy. You can feel it like in your heart all the way through your throat. It's awful.
You know, most
With
people will have one panic attack in their lives. You have what they call what I have, which is called panic
chronic.
disorder. You
It's
have
chronic.
panic disorder, meaning
Yeah, it's awful.
they're gonna come. You could be laying on a beach.
Yo,
You
dude.
could be as relaxed as could be. You could be with the kids. You could be under
I'm a
stress.
I have like peppermint that I have to rub on my
Me
neck and
too. I got peppermint too. I do the peppermint thing. I
people
put
think
it in
we're
my
fucking
hands and start
lunatics.
breathing it in. Yes.
Listen, when you guys get to my level, when you make it yourself at home and then you put it on yourself, and no one knows about your specific special tincture, you talk to me then.
What is
Bro,
that?
I'm just telling you, there's levels to this stuff. No, no, no. Back to you. I'm serious. I'm
yo,
serious.
who's the refrigerator on here? What is that guy?
Luis, the mic is
Jesus
yours.
Christ. He's like he looks like someone ate Louise. Jesus Christ, that guy's built like a brick shit house. He's like, let me just get up here and bench. I like to pick stuff up and put it down. Jesus Christ, this guy.
It's okay. When he's 60, he's going to feel the pain in his knees, his back.
Not he's built like action figure. This guy.
The Hulk, bro.
So because of football,
He's
I
got
had
retard strength, guaranteed.
Why do you love
two
that word
meniscus
so much?
tears,
So that you just grew
ACL.
up with it? Jeremy?
Is it?
Jeremy?
It's a New England thing.
I don't
Uh,
like it. It's not nice. People don't
retard.
like it. Can you try a new one? I know. I just like it's not. I'm not even being so serious. It's because like tonight. Can you like seriously? Like just note that. Put that feather in your
Like
hat.
retard
We
strength.
And you
can't
back to
listen.
Luis and his arms. His arms.
Daff,
Like you guys are
Daff,
like
you
you're
have
killing
to
me.
understand that people in Boston use that word like hi and
I
hello and
understand
goodbye.
that.
I know it's a terrible word. It's a terrible word.
I'm
And
like,
Adrian, that's
Ray,
why
Ray,
I'm just trying to point it
absolutely. When
out.
I use it, Ray loses his mind. He's like, "Stop saying that because you could have a grandchild that's that." I go, "I already have a
It's just
son that's that."
it's icky. It's just icky. Like it's icky. It's
I'm
icky.
always like, what are you retarded? Like, what
Like
are
I
we
get it. Like
doing?
And we don't
I'm
even
saying that
pronounce
you
the
don't
R when we say it. So
retarded, did.
gross. I don't know. I want to let you guys know just how it's felt. That's all. Because while there's no ill intention, it's icky. So anyway, respect. Let's talk about those guns.
listen, you
Roar.
just grew up with certain words that you just can't use today. They're not politically
Indeed, you
correct.
cannot, because we live, we learn, we evolve, and we become better humans that understand the rest of the humans.
We can't
It's the way
say
when we were
fucking.
growing up, we used to say that that's gay. That's gay. That's gay.
Someone kicked me
No,
down in
we
that.
see. We didn't
Someone
say
kicked me
that. We
down
would
and that
say
is
we would
super gay.
say we would say something like, which is terrible, but we would say you've FAGOT,
Yeah, don't,
right?
Cindy, shut up. Don't
So
say that.
right, so we don't say that anymore. So now I just go, all right, stop acting like a soy boy.
Or you just say, like, stop being a fuck.
Yeah, pussy a soy boy.
Like my friend will
Get,
call me.
get
My
off the
best,
get off the estrogen, buddy.
my best friend will call me, and the first thing he'll say is, "What's up, pussy?"
And say,
I don't
all
know.
right.
Someone just kicked me. I don't know why someone kicked me down.
That's all
Fucking
right. We've all been kicked down. So I've been kicked down too. Don't take offense.
retards.
Okay, that's it. My whoop says I'm 2 minutes past my sleep time. I'm still waiting for my CAT scan report. I keep going in that stupid funnel. It's not giving me any readings. Like, how long is it going to take to read my?
Oh, they kicked me down again. Jeez. I know you don't like me. It's okay. You don't have to like me, guys. That's
At
okay.
least you know it's not me because I'm lifting weights.
It's okay. I know someone does like me. I'm okay with that. Just go home and be upset. Someone kick me down. 20 people in the room.
You know, Daphne, I got a question. So you go in these funnels and you read your reports of your blood work and your CAT scans and all. Where is she?
Are you
Just
calling it a funnel?
because that's what we call it. That's what we call it here. We go in our funnel at Brigham's and we look at our
You mean
records, right?
portal?
I don't know. Everybody calls it a funnel here, but a portal, call a portal, whatever it is. At the end of the day, I don't know what I'm reading here. I'm not a doctor. So then I got to sit there and Google all these words, and then some of these words are scary. And I'm like, I said
So
to,
it's
Scary.
I said to my
so there.
doctor, I go, why don't I send you a set of architectural plans and tell me if you can read those?
Right?
Like what? Like most people can't read. You know, I read one sentence, I understand that. Then I read three sentences, I don't understand that. Then I'm Googling. And that's the worst thing to do because now I'm getting nervous and scared. And what's that scar in my lung? And what are you talking about? And why is it 4 millimeters? And what does that mean? And
So
anyway,
usually at the bottom there's a. I'm always reading my mom's stuff. Usually at the bottom there's the last paragraph that's the interpretation. That's really all you need to read. Like you can read the very specific stuff that says, 4 centimeters and everything, like you just said. But at the bottom, there'll be a part, I think it's called interpretation, or something like that. And that's where the doctor will put like in plain words what that means. So go straight to the bottom. That's what
I
I do.
do. But then anyways, I had a CAT scan on Friday and it's not in my portal yet. Like, what's taking so long to read it? Like, can you freaking read it? It's Sunday night. I just looked. Still not in there. This is Boston. They read things fast. So obviously there must have been a lot of emergencies at the hospital this weekend. I don't know. But we're not doctors. We don't know how to read the stuff, is my point. And then you have to message them through it and whatever.
You know what I did for my mom's? I got a I got a cancer. She has, anyway, I got a chat GPT, a custom GPT for, from the Mayo Clinic for, her specific, issue or whatever. And I put all the sentences in there and it would interpret it for me, which was really pretty cool. That helped a lot.
Oh, good. I'll give you mine tomorrow. And then when it hits, you can put it in the
I'll,
chat. And then you
I'll
can read
do it
it to
for
me.
you. I'll do it for you.
If it says the C word, I'm going into a nervous breakdown, heart attack. And if it doesn't, I'm going to live my life. I made that decision.
You don't got to worry about the C word. Only C word you got to worry about is
This time I just have a funny feeling, but okay. Whatever. And it says I have these glass grounds in my lungs for my last one from 2 years
Ground
ago.
glass densities. I know exactly what you're talking about.
But it also says caused from, it could be from infections, pneumonia, blah, blah, blah,
Exactly.
or bad dust, right? And think about what I've been doing for 37 years, right? It doesn't even say from smoking.
No,
Bad,
it doesn't have, it definitely doesn't.
bad dust. Like, oh, okay, well, that makes sense. I've only been breathing in lead and asbestos and breathing in for 37 years.
My aunt has them, and you know what they're from? They're from reflux. And so if you have acid reflux in the middle of the night, you cough, sometimes you get little particles down there from that, and that's what hers are from. They think, I mean, that's the best guess or whatever. But yeah, anyway,
And they're called ground crystals or something.
ground glass, I think it's
Right.
ground glass density. I don't, hold on. I know that's exactly what you're talking about though.
Cindy. Quick question. I don't know
What?
why the ground
Listen, my
glass
first question is, oh, hold on, I'll pass it
incident.
right over to you, Luis. But I need to know what do we owe the pleasure that we have Leah up this late at night
I'm always
contributing?
up this late at night. I just don't talk.
You need to do that more. I'm so glad to hear your voice. I just want to
Yeah,
see
no, it
so
says
out loud.
ground glass models. I don't know. Nodules. I'm sorry. Don't have my glass on. Nodules.
I think a nodule is after it gets to be a certain size, but do you see ground glass opacity anywhere?
No, then it says
OPACITY?
this is from 2021. They never told me this. So I'm comparing. So when I get it tomorrow, what if it's going to be the same?
Well,
Then
if
it
you have a
says
good radiologist, they will do the comparison for you.
correct. So I'm going to
Right.
wait to this. That's why I'm waiting for it to come through, and it's not come through yet.
It
But
will, don't worry.
it says a 4M right upper lobe nodule and 5M left upper lobe nodule, whatever. And they said, you're fine. Like, don't worry about any of that. But you just got to have a CAT scan once a year. And I didn't go last year. I forgot to go. So,
Listen,
So
I
this
interrupted. Can I wanted to hear what Luis had to say. I'm sure it was something probably pretty significant, and he got off of his weights for us. So I'm sorry for interrupting and the cadence of the conversation. Luis, what did you have to contribute? And then back over to you, ladies.
unchanged.
Over here looking at ground glass nodules, viral pneumonia, atypical
Matrix,
infection,
basement,
oral
matrix.
infections. I don't know.
All right, listen, Luis, we're gonna come back to you. That was completely my Luis. Can you hear us one more time, Luis?
No, no, no. Go back.
Look, and when words have 15 letters in it to 20, I'm not going to know what that word means. Okay, period. End of story. Supraclavia. What the word means? It's like supercalifragilistic or something.
You're
I
back.
don't know.
Luis, you're back. Jump in again. I can tell you're not pixelated. Try it one more time.
Do you hear me?
Yes.
No, they were saying hypersensitivity, pneumonitis, viral pneumonia, atypical bacteria infections, fungal infections, hemorrhaging, a pulmonary hemorrhage. Nothing crazy. Nothing
Oh,
crazy, man.
great. A pulmonary, whatever. That didn't sound too good.
No, but that was like number 9 on the list. It wasn't what you were worried about.
I didn't mean to over moderate that, guys. I guess I didn't realize what you were talking about. I'm
No,
so
no.
sorry.
Actually, I was gonna ask her a building question.
Go ahead. Get
Um,
my mind off this because I've
Cindy,
been stressed out all weekend.
for
For what, honey?
insulation, I was trying to get my for
I can't hear him.
Matrix Luis, come off camera. Come off camera. Ask the question
insulation.
on audio and then come back up. Luis, come off camera. Come off camera. Give us the
Can you hear
question
me?
on audio, Luis, and then come back on camera. Your mic. Go ahead.
Okay, can you hear me?
Much better. Thank you.
Okay. Cindy, for attic insulation, is R30 insulation enough, or do I need R60 closed foam insulation?
It depends. Where is it? Is it in the roof rafters, the walls? Where is it? Between the basement and the first floor?
Roof,
Is it between the ceiling to the first floor, the second
roof,
floor? What did he say?
Want to hear, Luis? Get out of the basement. Go upstairs. Go
God
upstairs,
damn it.
bro.
Can
Come
y'all hear me?
go upstairs and ask your question. Come back.
Can y'all
We
hear me?
cannot understand.
Yeah,
I'm
go ahead.
sorry.
Where do they want you to use R30?
Roof rafters.
Yes, that's what I asked you. Is it going into the roof? Is it going into the basement? Is it going to the walls? Is it going for soundproofing?
Yeah, the
Are
roof
you trying
rafters.
to, do they want you to get to a zero net? Have they used that
Yeah.
word, zero net? Yeah.
Yes, they have.
Are you redoing something in your house that the inspectors are coming into?
I'm redoing everything. I did R15 on the sides. But
Yeah.
then with the attic, my architect wanted me to do R60 spray foam closed cell,
So, yes,
and
yes,
I
that's
didn't want to.
that's Lewis, Lewis, that's the right way.
Mhm.
That is the right way to do roof rafters, is spray foam, 1,000%.
Okay.
Now, I know it's more money,
Yeah.
but it's worth every dollar you're gonna spend on it.
Wow.
And I'll
Okay.
tell you why. Where do you live? In the Northeast or hot weather or cold weather?
Yeah, I live in Jersey.
Okay, even more important because that spray foam will keep what we call a cold attic. Is that attic, uh, is there livable space up there or no livable space?
No livable space. I actually
Perfect.
have the air handler.
Okay, perfect. Your architect's 1,000% right. And what it does is that, so it will stop, it will really help with snow, what they call ice dams, because you're keeping that attic at zero net. So the heat's not rising up through the first, the second floor in a snowstorm, right? Because heat rises, goes to the top, will start to melt the snow off your first layer of snow, not the top layer. When that starts to melt, it's going to go into your gutters. When the gutters are frozen, where's the water going to go? Because your gutters are the first thing that freeze up. The heat rises, listen to what I'm saying. The first layer of snow is going to melt. The spray foam is going to stop those ice dams or give you a good chance to stop those ice dams, plus bring the house to a zero net. It's the right way to do it. Is it double the money to spray foam over bad insulation? Yes, it is. Is it the right way to do it? Yes, it is.
That answer what you wanted to know, Luis?
Thank you so
And does he
much.
want you to have it painted
Absolutely.
afterwards? Louis, does he want you
Yes.
to have it painted afterwards?
Yes, he does.
Yeah. So that's for fire. So people that use spray foam that don't paint it afterwards, that's a problem. So you have to use the paint afterwards. And don't be in the house when they're spraying it. Like breathing in ears, right?
No, I'm not gonna lie. You're kind of lucky, Cindy.
Did you bid it both ways?
What'd you say? What
Did
do you
he
mean?
bid it? Did he bid it both ways?
Oh, Lewis.
Yeah, the spray foam is like 10 to 12,000. That installation is about 2,000.
Yeah. The problem now, what insulation used to be our cheapest things to put on in a house was insulation and gutters. Now insulation, again, we have to get to a zero net here in Massachusetts. That's a code now. So, yeah, we're spending stupid money on insulation. I would listen to your architect. He's 1,000% right.
I think we should use the fat of baby seals. I just
But I
kidding.
know it sucks to you to spend 10, 12 grand on insulation, right? Because it's just something that used to be the least expensive product in the house. But when pink insulation gets wet, you got to rip it all out, take it out, get rid of it, then wash those rafters down because you get mold. With spray foam, you'll never have that.
When with spray with the spray installation, Cindy, do you have the same? Oh, I don't know. How do I say it? Like with asbestos, you have the free what with the freeze. What's it
I
called?
listen, I don't really know long-term effects on spray foam.
Mm-hmm.
I'm against it. I'm against bringing a house to zero net because the house can't breathe. So if you look at houses that were built back in the day when
Yeah.
they had fireplaces in every bedroom to keep you warm, and you open up all those walls today, all these years later, 100 years later, blah, 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 built in the early 1900s, there's zero rot on any of the lumber on the inside of the house. Not on the outside, but the inside. You take apart a house when insulation became a thing, especially in the 50s and 60s, you take those houses down, they're all rotted. I'm telling you, and I have fought the state of Massachusetts on this, these houses are going to rot from the inside out, period. So,
What
and
time frame
then
are you
Lewis, you
thinking? Like,
need
I
to
mean, are
bring
you saying that it's an accelerated
thousand
rate of?
percent. Houses can't breathe. They need to breathe. Lewis, make sure you bring fresh air into that attic.
What kind of
It's
things do you incorporate in your new builds to have that breathability besides the
bringing
landscaping?
fresh air in.
Well, I mean, and I say it no, but it's sincerely because I think a lot of people don't even understand that. First of all, that starts with just the landscaping, and then when you get inside the house and you talk about the HVAC and I don't know, probably the flow of the architecture. Like
Your house,
what are all the
listen,
elements that play into that, Cindy?
here's the problem with most people, they don't know how to maintain a home, right? So your home can become very dangerous and you don't know it. Like you need somebody to come and clean your ductwork out. And I don't mean you put a vacuum cleaner in your, open up a grill and then clean it. Have a company come out every few years and clean out all that ductwork in your house. That ductwork is collecting mold, mildew, you name it. So please, I mean, people don't understand. They think because they change their filters, oh, they're good. No, you're not. No, you're not.
I'm not leaving you, Cindy. I'm coming right back for a reason. Talk about it, ma'am. Talk about it.
That's one of the biggest.
What causes the most fires? What causes the most fires? And
What is that vent right there? What is, I'm hoping that's your dry event, not something else. Okay, she's frozen. Louis, if you're doing construction in that house, when you close it up, you hire a company to come out and clean out all that ductwork. Do you understand? Hello. I'm past my whoop town. Time.
Have any of your houses ever caught on fire?
Not one.
Amen.
I didn't realize, sorry, that I was running out of juice there. Power. I don't know where you lost
That
where
was
I
a
lost
dry
you.
event that you just showed us, right?
Yeah, no, I was saying, Cindy, yeah, I was just saying maybe you could talk about it because I think that people don't realize some of the most common before all the chaos, I remember
Yeah, you got
exactly where I
to
was
make
going. But
sure if
those
you
and
don't
ceiling fans, like people don't recognize the what the biggest
have to clean them, you got to get up there and clean those out. And I don't mean just clean the vent cover, like pull the vent cover down And the other thing people never do is wash their screens. So the summertime comes, you're breathing all that pollen, it's coming right into your house. You need to take your screens out, put them in a shower, and wash them down.
You know, another one is like in the bathrooms because they like get toilet paper
I'm
up there.
sorry, Mark
They,
Pocock, real estate
Yeah,
developer down
that's
there
the
in
same thing.
Texas.
That's what we're
Say
talking
it
about.
again.
The
The shit
bathroom
they
vents
get
fans.
the
need to be
toilet
cleaned.
paper lint up stuck in there. If you don't watch it, they get clogged fast.
That's why I'm a fan of the bidet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you want to say, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. If you guys are ever fortunate enough to get a chance to go to Cindy Stumpo, see Stumpo's house, please say hi to Bob. Bob is my favorite friend at Cindy Stumpo's house. After you get done seeing the pink pool lighting outside, that's made just special for Daphne Christine. At least in my world, it is. Then you go upstairs, and then she has this bathroom that you walk into, and there's a water closet in there. And if you really have to go potty, you go inside, and as soon as you open the door, it's so amazing. You open the door, and Bob the Builder toilet goes, "Hello." It's the most amazing thing ever.
He loves a
Living in
smart
Cindy,
toilet.
Cindy, your house is like Willy Wonka. It's so phenomenal. I wish people had more. I say all that, so it's phenomenal. It's so much fun, and I just want to share that with the world. That's all. Like, I don't know. You should show your house more, Cindy. You should really share that more with the world.
No, it's even better house I built.
But listen, okay. You're probably not even, I don't know. I can't ask you to go on camera right now. It's kind of late at the night. But Sydney, talk about the wine. Like talk about some of your favorite elements of your house instead of my favorite elements of your house.
Okay, so the things I love doing right now, I love golf simulators. Those are really cool that we're doing. We've been doing that for about 8 years now. The cold
So
plunge
so
bathrooms
hold
that
on.
have
So
cold
essentially that
plunge
means that you
steam.
have Top Golf in your basement, right?
Exactly, exactly. But you got to lower that floor down. You have to prepare for it. So you have to lower that slab down, right? So it's going to be a step down. So when you you pull that golf club over your head, like Lewis, he would hit a ceiling if he didn't lower it down. So you got to prepare for that. The cold plunge, the saunas that we're building are insane. We've always built insane wine rooms. Now we're incorporating cigars. The last probably 5 years, cigars have become big again. They went out for a while, but our wine rooms don't look like your typical, with the slats and the wood. We built some really crazy wine rooms and cigar rooms, and the LED lights. They're a lot of fun. We're doing a lot of LEDs
Can you make like grow rooms where people grow their own veggies?
inside the house.
Mm-hmm.
No, no one's
That'd be
ever asked me
pretty
that.
cool.
Yeah, okay. And then you're gonna have a lot of moisture in your house. And that's the bigger thing because you gotta use water. Just saying, there's a lot of things in your homes that you have to just check on that are dangerous, especially older homes. But again, builders will deliver a house and they don't have a service come in and clean all the vents and all that dust and debris and construction. It's all in that vents. They're just all that there for you to sit there and breathe in. Builders are stupid. What do you want me to tell you?
Don't all homes get mold? Like I'm sure even your home
Yes,
gets some
yes.
mold. Yeah.
No, because I test my houses, right? But if you get water, your toilet leaks, and you think because you wiped it up off your towel real fast, no, it got behind the baseboard. It's not, water seeks its own level. So even they've overflown bathtubs. My clients with the kids with the bubbles and oh yeah 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 yeah, and they think just because they wipe it up, no, water goes down real fast and it goes underneath the tile. Then it hits your drywall or your blue board, and that's where your mold comes from. But mold is in your HVAC systems. Clean them out.
Yeah.
Clean them out. There's a service. It's not that much money. It really isn't. When you really think about the benefits of it.
Like
If you
do
watch my
the
stories, you'll
duct work.
see this big truck pulls up and it's got all these arms to the truck, and it's like it's sucking out everything, all the ductwork, cleaning it all out. But
Also, when
How
you take a
often?
shower, make sure if your bathroom door is shut or you don't have ventilation, that you turn on your fan in the bathroom because if you don't, you can start growing mold in there too.
Of course you can. But
Yeah, I
remember,
see that.
a
And it's a
lot of
bitch to
people,
clean.
but a lot of people have fans in their bathrooms that don't vent out through the attic, through the roof. So where's it going?
Lord only knows, but you know what? You have to make sure you keep those clean too. I call them fart fans, and I clean them all the time at my clients' homes because they collect a lot of dust. And when's the last time you cleaned your fart fan? Just look up next time you're in your bathroom.
I
You'll
mean, they
see
could
it.
start fires too.
No, that doesn't start fires, but you don't want to be breathing that in. But again, if the builder didn't put it through the attic and whatever, most people have attics, and right through the roof, then what do you have the vent for? Where's it going? It's going to cause moisture up in the attic.
And cause mold in the attic.
Yes, 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 it does. If you ever see green spurs or black spurs up there, figure out why you got it and then bleach that all out.
I wonder how many hospitals are like infested with mold and they don't even know it.
I'll tell you the worst are the schools. The schools are so dangerous that our kids go to.
Mm.
That's what's dangerous. Most schools have lead. Most schools have, I just forgot the word. I'll tell you. Asbestos.
Oh yeah, those older ones. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. And they should make them clean it all out. The cities and towns should clean it all out and redo it. Even if you got a piece of linoleum on your floor and it's a crack, the asbestos is coming out of that crack.
That bad, like it can affect your lungs.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like smoking 2 packs of cigarettes a day. Absolutely.
Oh,
So if that linoleum was put in, I think, before 1974 or 76, and it has a crack, then it's letting out asbestos.
Cindy, do you know offhand or anybody else that might be listening and up? Because I was gonna look it up, but that's what I'm over here off camera doing is trying to charge up guys. Anyway, I say that to say all this. Do you in that one time in realtor school in band camp, LOL. Anyway, no, I remember them putting this movie on, this clip, whatever it was. And it was moving. It was actually a real it's a great part of the curriculum, because it moved me. I want to remember what I'm sad about is I can't share the child's name or the person's name, so I am going to look it up and come back because but if you guys have any reference, by the way, it was a big story that they teach in the at least here in North Carolina in the real estate classes about the lead poisoning, and there was a very sensational case, if you will, about like a child. It was the saddest thing. I remember just bawling my eyes out for
Brain
like days
damage.
over it.
Brain damage.
Do you remember that there was like a child on the porch and
No.
like okay, I'm
But
gonna look up the story and bring it back to you because it was
there,
heartbreaking
there
and it
is,
changes how you look at building.
so there are some states that allow you to put this, it's like a paint and it encapsulates
Mm-hmm.
the lead.
Mm-hmm. I know
No.
what you're talking about. I can't remember. It's
So
part of the
some
lead,
states
yeah, the
allow it.
lead training.
We can't do that in Massachusetts. So again, if your kid, a little child starts like, you know, biting on the windowsill, or your dog
Mhm.
is biting on the windowsill, or the kid's child gets
Yeah,
flakes and the
yeah,
flakes
kids
are on their
do.
fingers and they put their hands in their mouth, they can end up very sick, brain damage, lots of things. Lead is very bad. That's why copper
oh
gutters
shit.
don't turn green anymore, because they took all the lead out of copper gutters.
Oh, I
So
didn't know
copper
that. So
gutters,
that
yeah,
changes the
no,
patina.
that's right, does not turn green anymore, it turns brown
I didn't know.
because there's no more lead.
What about older properties that have been remodeled? Are they still a threat?
Well, if you're redoing an old property like Lewis is doing right now, he's got to follow the new state code. That's why his architect is telling him what he needs to do. Once you start opening too many walls on a renovation job, you have to bring everything up to code. So you got to be very careful.
Gosh, a lot of health risk, huh, with those older houses.
Yeah, and there's old electrical in homes. Yes, yes. I just looked at a home on Friday to buy to tear it down. Things still had pull toilets, like pull chain toilets. I'm like, what the hell is this thing? I think I saw one of these at my great grandmother's house, like, right? Pull chain toilets. I'm like, okay. But now you, before you demo a house, you have to take out all the asbestos, all the lead, and all everything. Every window's got to come out of the house because there's
I
asbestos
thought I
around
was
every
on mic,
window.
and pay someone to do it right.
Yes, yes.
So
Oh yeah.
important. Essentially, to your safety and health, pay someone, the right person, to do it right. This
It's
license.
not about your health. It's about it goes airborne.
Yes.
That's the
So
problem. Yeah.
so before we can demo anything, every window's got to come out, every door, and anything that has asbestos, and there's
Mhm.
so much asbestos.
Yeah.
So in the older homes,
Cindy, why are you not cammed up, my love? You gotta take my place. Come on, up. I'm going down.
I'm going to sleep. My whoop said go to sleep.
Likewise. This has been fun tonight. Thank you for all the nights.
That's what we need. We need a room to teach people how to maintain your homes. I do that on Fox News. You need to learn these things, people.
Yeah, like 10 years down the line, like how are you
I
going to
get paid, by the
maintain?
way, I get paid for this advice, okay? You guys get it all for free. So
Thank you, Cindy.
you're welcome.
Which
Yeah,
is
for real, for real.
exactly why I think it's complete bull. People give you a hard time and grant a
Uh,
hard time. The
Leah,
end.
you know what? I'm a tough girl my whole life. I can definitely handle people on here.
I'm
Listen,
not a
if
tough girl and I don't want you to
they
have
don't
to
want to
take it.
listen and they don't want to learn, that's on them. Right? So what do you want me to tell you? I'm never going to change who I am. So if you're hating on me, you might want to look in the mirror because maybe you hate yourself. What
Great
we
to
do?
hear your voice, Leah. Go ahead and let me pass this mic on over to you, my love.
No,
I'm
I'm
gonna
going to
answer.
bed too. No whoop.
Ah,
No whoop,
listen.
and I'm still going to bed.
Who is up? Who
Ray's
is
going to
up
throw
and
away my
willing to?
whoop.
Who's up and willing to lead this room tonight at this time at night? Anyone want to step up
Love
at
you guys.
11:11?
And the people that hate me, I don't hate you back. So have a great day tomorrow, Monday.
That part. Have a great day on purpose, right?